Ball in the air, guys.
Good point to spin. So hopefully, the goal day for everybody. Let's spin the toss. Who's calling?
Heads is the call.
What's the call?
Tail is the winner.
Tail is it?
Tail is the winner.
So, you've won the toss. And first of all, welcome to South Florida and to this US Open MAQ T20. You've won the toss. What do you intend to do?
Yeah, that's a benefit for us, right? So, and thank you, MAQ TV. So we are here. So we go with the ball first.
You're going to bowl first. Okay. You would have named your team. You would have traveled from Canada. So welcome for the north of the border. I know it's a little cold there, so we are going to welcome you to some sunshine.
So we are excited for we are here in the warm weather, right? So there's so-called challenge for cricket in Canada right now. So yeah, we feel good and we are confident.
Okay, very good. Well, all the best, and I hope all your players are fit and ready to go. Good luck in the game. And you would have lost the toss. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be losing the match. Do you have your team all sorted out? First of all, let me say welcome from California, from further west.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to this tournament. We lost the toss, but looks like a good wicket, and we look forward to putting up a good score here.
Okay, so if you would have won the toss, what would you have done?
Probably bowl first as well. The wicket looks a little soft and might flatten out later, but doesn't really matter. You have to play good over the course of 40 overs.
Okay, is this your first in this US tournament?
No, not really. I've played here before.
You played it before. Well, good luck to you guys. Any niggles, anything that of concern to your team?
No, not really. We're all set.
You're all set? Well, good luck in your game. So, Mark, once again, we want to thank you for coming to again for another tournament, even in this COVID pandemic.
Thank you, Iva. You've been here for this edition. You passed your lifetime for dedicated for the U.S. Open. And congrats to be here and healthy. I hope all go well.
So pleasant good morning to one and all, and welcome to the Central Broad Regional Park. I'm Eddie Edwards, along with my partner to my left is Amir Khan. Amir Khan, pleasant good morning to you, sir, and welcome to sunny South Florida.
Thank you, sir. Good morning to everybody, all the viewers. Welcome to sunny side of Florida, where we gonna have the greatest event of U.S. I could say the history of U.S. to have a T20 tournament arranged, and I believe it's a 10th tournament,
The
12th tournament
year.
going on. So I congratulate all the team members who put all things together and provide us with such a nice atmosphere to enjoy the game of cricket.
So the news from the middle, the Brampton Pacers would have won the toss, and they are feeling. So the two teams are Afghanistan, Zwanan, and Brampton Pacers. And the umpires are Jermaine Lindo and Aditya Gajar. So the umpire now, Gajar, is signaling that he is ready to start this T20 tournament, the MAQ T20 tournament, the 12th year of the competition.
Yes, it was a long history, goes all the way back 12 years ago, when the MAC has a dream to provide the first class cricket here in the US. And I used to tell MAC, man, there is no ground here that we can really play cricket, because I am myself a ground player. I play shots on a ground, and where I play, it hardly travel 10 foot from where we are.
Certainly, so you have to just keep it on the ground pretty much at all times.
Yes, indeed.
So we're just awaiting the start of the MAQ T20 tournament in its 12th year for the bowler to begin his running from the northern end. So we just have to wait until the scorer posts the name of the batters.
We're not allowed to do any copies. We're not, because it's a transfer. It's not allowed. Thank you.
Yeah, we need that. Good morning, sir. How are you?
So that first delivery is outside the line of the awesome. So wide delivery, and it is signal and called wide. So not a good way to open your account.
Actually the T20 is a game of containing the ball within the stumps. You don't give any room to players to lose their arms to get free and so early in an inning.
So the bowler is butt in operation from the northern end. And it's a wide delivery, but it wasn't wide enough for the umpire to even call wide this time.
Actually, it came in, it cut in, and with the help of air, and it really cut in a little bit. If he can try to bring the line length a little bit closer to more stump, he can be more deadly.
Let's see what he does as he turns in the distance.
You see the ball moved in.
That's a fine shot.
Good shot.
It will run away all the way to the boundary board. The signal comes in now from the umpire. So that's a good shot. Good quick shot.
Excellent ground shot all the way to the ground. The ball, after pitching, it swinged in a little bit with the air, and batsman played a very good shot all the way along the ground.
So Chetty's off the mark. He's on 4, and he will have faced some 2 deliveries. The total is 5 without loss.
And now the bowler is little under pressure.
Getting some advice from the man at the long off position. Just guiding it away down towards third man. The man comes off the boundary. He picks up, rivals the return in. 1 bounce to the wicketkeeper. Just a single. Take the total now to 6 without loss.
Single, that's T20. Actually, Eddie, is also a game of singles. It's not all about hitting boundaries and sixes. I've seen the world-class players like Babar Azam, you have J. Root, all these Sachin Tendulkar, all these players, they used to concentrate on the singles. And singles and doubles at the end make a big, huge difference.
You have to turn the strike over. That is absolutely correct. So, brings Ricky into strike. Dominate Ricky. So the field change is over now. So it is.
They are placed in a leg slip also, kind of deep. Oh, that's a good ball.
Beaten outside the line of the awesome. Good comeback delivery then
Comeback
by the bowler. So it is 6 without loss after winning the toss and to field. So the Afghan Zwanan Cricket Club and the Brampton Pacers Cricket Club, they are teams that play in the first match here in the T20 tournament.
It's very happy to see all these youngsters came here from all over the world, in fact, to enjoy first of all the Florida weather and the beautiful love the game of cricket.
I'm pretty much sure as the tournament progresses, you're going to see a lot more youngsters in this tournament. Believe me, Khan.
Yeah, we have to, find out the young talent. For cricket is ongoing thing, and we need to find a young talent to identify them early enough so we can produce some world-class players out of Florida too.
So at the end of the first over, the Afghan Zone Cricket Club, they're 6 without loss. So that's a bad over there from Ricky from that northern end. From the northern end.
Yes, he came back really good after getting hit the four runs. through the covers. It was a good shot, but he came back pretty strong to correct his line and length.
So Chetty and Ricky, they're both batters out in the middle, looking to make some sort of a big impression on this tournament. They would want to make sure that their team get a big total to put the Zwanan team under a lot of pressure.
There's an old saying that you don't have to be great to start it, but you need to start it to be great. So you got to start from somewhere and build the empire from there. And you know, it's all like in T20 is all about mindset. It's all about your team coordination and your where do you choose your best bowlers. You know, you have to pick a right spot.
So it's going to be Bra who's going to pick up the attack from the commentary box then.
Wide ball.
So wide delivery, and it is signaled and called wide by umpire Jermaine Lindu out of Jamaica. So both bowlers have something in common here, Khan. They both opened in their account with wide deliveries.
Yes, actually that from this and commentary and the bowler is doing his outswing from here, but he needs to correct his line and length to be inside the wicket.
So the field being adjusted now after that first delivery from Burr.
Again wide.
Again, it's another wide delivery, and it is again signaled and called wide by umpire Jermaine Lindu. So the bowler now, Bra, has some adjustment to make.
I have seen in a world level cricket that youngsters, they tend to try to ball more faster than concentrating on line and length. I know line and length, as Sir Vivian Richard said, line and length is the key to win the matches.
And this one is played down to wide third man that comes off the boundary, preventing the batsman from getting two. They thought about coming back for a single, but in the end decided against it. So total goes up to 8. And Chetty, he's on 5. Seemed like our good friend Ricky is yet to score.
He yet to open his account yet.
Maybe he's scared to put his money in the bank.
Money in the bank. Yeah. Right now he needs to put scores in his bank. So you need to start from somewhere.
And he is bowling neck and crap. Good delivery, went through the defense. He got him in two mind there, Khan. He was looking to play forward, and in the end playing back to delivery that was pitched right about mid-off stump. And the end result, he's losing his wicket. 9 it is for 1.
Lost first wicket, 9 for 1. And unfortunate for the batsman, but you need to keep going. And good start can have a good finish as well. So he was a little bit reluctant at the start of the game. You need to be natural to your game. You by the book is good, but be natural to whatever talent the God has given you. Everybody have some talent, but we need to utilize it as we utilize the parachute or we utilize the oxygen.
And I don't think that the great Shakespeare could have said it any better than you can. So the new batsman is Saeed Abdullah, and he will no doubt try to make an impact or try to rebuild from where Ricky would have left off. He would have faced some 4 deliveries and didn't open his account. So I don't know why is that. Perhaps, as I said earlier on, he's afraid to put his money in the bank.
You know, like you have to start from somewhere, even from a scratch. So account with what we learned when we was growing up, the cricket, that we used to play, at least our coach used to tell first 10 balls play in a V shape.
It's wide delivery down the leg side, and
Backside.
it is signaled and called wide by the umpire. That takes the tally now to some 10 for 1.
1.2 hours.
Side is the batter and strike. Chetty is is at the non-striker's end.
Here come. Again, wide ball.
Again, it is another wide delivery. So I don't know what they deal with these bowlers bowling so many wides at such an early stage in the game.
Like I said, that these youngsters, they try to ball fast, then maintaining the liner length. If they can maintain the liner length, and wicket to wicket bowling is a T20 key to success. Wicket to wicket.
Beaten outside the end of the awesome. A little half stifle appeal there from the bowler Bra, but not interested, said umpire Jermaine Lindo. And you have to go back and try it all again. So the umpire now is pointing out to Bra where he is perhaps making some mistakes.
Warning, like he's in his follow through, he's going straight instead of turning towards outside of the wicket. So we need to respect the wicket too.
So there's a little protected area there that the bowlers are not allowed to get into. And umpire Lindo is just pointing that out to Bar.
Again, wide.
Again, it's another wide. And it is again signaled by the umpire. Takes the total now to some 12 for 1. The Afghan Zwanan club.
So he has bowled already 4 wides. If I'm correct or no? He already bowled 4 wides. He took a wicket. But buck to your bank is what is the biggest and better return for your bowling, as any other business is you have to get a return on your bowling, what it is. Another good delivery.
Welcome back delivery by Bra. So deep Bra in operation from the southern end. And I think that it is now the sun is back with us. Has left us momentarily.
Good shot.
This one will go for 4.
Very good shot. On the up.
So Abdullah gets off the mark. The last ball of the over. Is it? We'll have to wait on umpire Lindu.
I think one more ball to go. If he don't wide it.
If he doesn't bowl a wide.
Wide again.
So let's not have the commentators curse.
Learn from your mistakes. That's what we learn in our school life, in the college life. Again, wide.
Well, it wasn't wide enough for the umpire to
Wide
call
enough to
wide. So I'm pretty much sure that Bra must be happy to see the over come stolen. So at the end of the over and at the end of the second over, the Afghan Zwanan Cricket Club, they are 16 for 1. Abdullah is on 4. Chetty is on 6. Khan.
Is it like don't you think, Eddie, it seems like a little expensive over? Although he took a wicket in it, but it seems like a little expensive over with his wides and all that.
Not only did it seem like it was an expensive over, it seemed like it took an eternity to bowl that over.
Over, yeah. It took long time to get it done over with. So all they need to is right now, today is a beautiful day to play cricket. The bowlers needs to use the wind to help them to right in line length, and if they get the line length right, I think they are in a good shape, because they are both bowlers are cutting outside and inside.
So it's going to be the continuation of Butt from the northern end, and this time he'll be bowling to Chetty, who is on 6 on some 4 deliveries.
Good ball.
That delivery came back into Chetty, just to the right of the square leg umpire. Come back for run number 2. So Chetty goes on to 8. Abdullah is on 4.
That was a good ball within the wickets, and it's cut in and swung in a little bit. But the batsman played a good on top of it. Played a good stroke for 2 runs.
Still waiting to see the first 6 of the MAQ T20 tournament
Yeah.
for 2020. And 2020 has been a year that a lot of us would want to forget, but we'll come back to that later.
Good single. Good single.
And you and I spoke about turning the strike over, and it is a very important part of cricket to keep turning over the strike. 6 and 4s are very good, but the singles between the wicket can disrupt the fielding team as well.
Yeah, the idea for a batsman, for any batsman or any team, is to keep ticking, like 1s and 2 counts at the end of a day.
So it brings Abdullah into strike. Saeed Abdullah settles into his stance. So wide delivery. Signal uncalled wide. So the wide of the bowlers continue there, Amir Khan.
They already bowled like this team already bowled like I can see the 5 or 6 wides right now, and they need to maintain that, control that wides. Otherwise, they'll be looking at like a grand total. You know, if you like throw like 18 wides, 20 wides, there's a 20 extra runs.
Good stop there by the man wearing the number 12 jersey. And as I was saying, that the 2020, not the cricket itself, but the year 2020 has been a disastrous year for the entire universe. And one would have thought that because of the 2020, a lot of things would have been put on hold for a certain period of time. But here comes the MAQ T20 on its 12th year.
This is Addy. 2020 is a year to be remembered.
That delivery is beaten outside the line of the off stump. He just rehearses the shot. I was thinking that's the shot he should have played. Now he's getting a little bit of advice now from the non-striker Chetty, so both having a little conference in the middle. Any idea what they might be talking about?
They might be talking about that try to ball wicket to wicket. You don't need to pace extra pace on it, and you need to ball wicket to wicket, maintain the wide, control the wides. You know, control the wides, control the singles. You are in a very good shape in T20 cricket. Any cricket format is a good shot down the road. It's for a single.
So he gets towards third man. So takes the total now to some 21 for 1. Chetty is on 9. Abdullah is on 5. Abdullah is the man who came in after the loss of Ricky's wicket. Ricky, of course, faced some 5 deliveries and didn't bother the scorer at all.
Yeah, Abdullah been playing a pretty decent start of his inning, and he been playing like taking singles also, concentrate on singles as well, and that was a good over comparatively to the last over, less wides.
Yes, indeed. So a very good comeback over from Butt from the northern end. And at the end of over number 3, the Afghan Zwanan team, they're 21. Let me repeat that, 21 for 1. Abdullah is on 5 and Chetty is on 9 from some 7 deliveries. So you can.
And this is like they are started with the 7 runs an hour. So 7 runs an hour time 20 is 7 to 40, and 140 plus score is right there if they're going with that speed. And with that ground and with that wicket, 150 can put somebody in a little bit trouble. The way the ball swinging in, I can see that ball gonna move in a little bit later part of the day more.
So is that your prediction, about 140, 150?
50 so score in this wicket, because we have a moisture content in Florida, and because of the cold weather is on a wicket is gonna help the bowlers earlier.
So we're going to have a change of bowling from the commentary box end. Just waiting to see who's going to pick up from Butt.
So from the bowling change from the, I can say, southern end, commentary box, and let's say southern end. And looks like some right arm spin, leg spin bowler.
Let's see what he brings to the party.
What he is bring to the dusras, tisras in the game.
Beaten outside the line of the off stump for pace and movements as well.
Right. That's very important. That's very important, that movement, pace, line and length, maintain it. You'll be all right.
So the wicketkeeper now is giving some instructions to the outfield, making the adjustment onto a short third man light.
Looks like little speed variation in his bowling when he's running, and when first ball was a little slower, the second ball was a little faster.
Maybe his running in is more deceitful than his deliveries.
Good shot, but if it would have been caught in Australia, those Australian fielders, they're never gonna leave this ball alone. They're gonna get that ball.
That's the way you play 2020. It's the shortest version of the game, and you want to score as much runs as you possibly can to put your opponents under a lot of pressure. And you know, so many times they would have talked about the scoreboard pressure.
It's a good shot.
Bang the way into the cover. This will race away for 4.
4 runs. Very good shot.
It was onto the back foot early, and it just slapped it away down towards deep cover and into the boundary board for 4. Lovely shot there, Khan.
Lovely shot. That's a beautiful shot so far I have seen, apart from the first shot through the covers, but that was also a good shot. Early pickup is very important in your life, also in a cricket. Also, he picked up a line and length pretty early, and he go on a back foot and played a very good shot. So timing is very important. It's a good comeback.
Yes, a good comeback delivery by Siddiqui. Junaid Siddiqui, none for 6. And of the 2 batters in the wicket, it seemed like Abdullah so far has been the more aggressive of the 2.
Abdullah seems like a pretty aggressive batsman, and seems like somebody can keep up the pace with the T20 cricket. And looks like he has his 11 and 13 under 90 some average, but batting average. But they have to build a partnership from here and concentrate on double and singles as well.
So we have a little break out in the middle. The 2 umpires now there going back and forth. They try to correct whatever problem there is out in the middle. Seems like one would have said that the bowler would have bowled his allotted 6 overs, and perhaps the other umpire is saying that he's bowled 5. But we will know exactly what it is.
But he didn't bowl any wide ball, right?
Not at all.
Yeah, so
So
five deliveries. So last one coming through now.
So he has bowled 5. Now they get it correct. Sometimes you have this little nick and ding out in the middle, and you wonder why. They're just human.
Good ball. Good piece of bowling by Junaid Siddiqui. And it was pretty decent over. He gave like 6 runs in his first over, and without any wide. That's a good comeback from the fielding side of the team. Good comeback from them to not to bowl any wides. So they can maintain wides and single doubles, and they'll be in a pretty good shape.
So let me say a pleasant good morning to the entire world, the Caribbean, India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, wherever you might be watching and listening to this commentary on MAQ TV.com. Certainly it is indeed a great pleasure to welcome you on board. Certainly, the world is craving for some cricket, and here we are at the Central Broad Regional Park.
Actually, what happened, Eddie? The world is going through the suffering and the pain right now throughout the world, and you cannot escape that pain. You cannot take a flight and go anywhere, because of that. Beautiful ball.
Good delivery from Butt.
Good.
He's out in towards the cover position.
Yeah, he's pretty much his ball is coming in. He's swinging in for the right-hander batsman. It can be deadly baller for a left-hander.
Yes, and Khan, I'm not sure whether or not you would have recognized it, but seems like the strategy is to turn the strike over and let Abdullah, who, as I said early on, is the more aggressive of the two, face most of the strike.
Exactly. So have the strike to Abdullah. It's a good shot, a little bit uppish in the air for just a single. Fielding placement is also a very important key role for the captain to adjust the field and the bowler to adjust the field according to the line and length he's trying to bowl.
So I'm pretty much sure that they must be saying now that let they beat us in singles, let us protect the boundaries from the fours and the sixes.
Yeah, this is pretty much they are maintaining wicket to wicket right now. Good fielding by the. Good. It was a good shot through down the ground, but it's a good field by the.
So the man at the mid-off position just came across to his right, knocks it down. I'm pretty much sure that Butts must be very much appreciative of that feeling.
Yes, pretty much is as a good fielding, good save, and just.
Side the line of the off stump again out towards.
It was almost wide. If the batsman would have let it go, it must have been wide ball. That one.
I totally agree with you. He made it a legal delivery, a good delivery.
Mm-hmm.
So, Butt must be happy as well. No harm, no foul. The score goal remains on 29 for 1. Abdullah is on 12 from some 14 deliveries. Chetty is on 10 from some 10 deliveries.
They have a pretty good, decent run rate going on for the, and it's another wide ball.
Signaled by the umpire.
And it's a wide ball, and that's costing him every ball cost a run. So that runs at the end of a day, it makes a huge difference. I've seen the teams, they lost just one run. Just one run, and then we need to control it at the early stage of the inning. The ball is new, and there's a nip and the nipping back to the batsman, and that's a better line length
towards the point area, coming off the squarish green, picks up. But cannot prevent the batsman from getting a single. So one more to Chetty. He goes on to 11. It brings a dangerous Abdullah into strike, who is on 14.
Abdullah is on 14.
Abdullah is on 12. I'm sorry, some 14 deliveries.
And he seems to be like the guy who can really hit. And the bowlers are doing a better job. Right now, Waqas Butt is doing a better job trying to bowl wicket to wicket. And talk of the devil, here's one more wide.
Talking about commentator's curse. Certainly it's another wide delivery. It is signal and call by umpire Adita. So one more to the extras.
One more add to the extras with a wide. And that's I've been talking all from this morning. Wide need to be controlled, these wides, and that was a good ball. Right, came back in, and right at the good length, and he missed the ball or miss it, went to the keeper.
So at the end of 5 overs, it is 32 for a loss of 1 wicket from the Afghan Zwanan club. And they must be saying to themselves now that 5 overs has completed. We must pick up the pace here from over number 6 here on out.
Yes, actually they need wicket at this point. This partnership is building up, and they already contributed 29 runs through this partnership, and it's 5 over gone, so we have a 32 score on the board. So they need to break up the partnership. It's very crucial for them at this point to break through right now.
So Siddiqui to continue from the commentary box end, and he'll be bowling to Chetty.
Yeah, Siddiq bowled last decent over. That's a good piece of bowling, right?
And once again, Ken, you see the intent is to give as much strike as possible to the dangerous Abdullah. So he's on strike now. So that must have been the word from the dressing room from the onset.
Exactly. They are actually on. If you look at their batting to the batting point of view, they are pretty decent right now at the end of a 5.1 over and 33 runs on the board. That's not a bad average for T20 to start, because you can always have last 10 hours have a good hours of the inning.
Certainly, it is nice to be sitting with one of the experts in T20. What do I know? Only my friend to the left of me can, all the way from North Carolina.
I mean, Addy, that I've been selected as under 16 as a bowler, but I had no belief in me that I could bowl.
He's wrapped on the pad. There's a loud appeal. Up goes the finger of umpire German Lindu Khan.
That's the breakthrough they were looking for, and finally they made it through. That's the wicket they was looking for, and that's a dangerous batsman. Abdullah gone now, and very good wicket taken by Junaid Siddiqui, and he started very decent. Good start, good finish. It's right mind of attitude, right mental attitude, positive, and you have to bowl with a belief that you have a belief what you are trying to do.
So Siddiqui in his second over, grabbing the very important wicket of the dangerous Abdullah.
So it's a big release for the batting side of that to breaking the partnership, because that partnership was looking a little dangerous. They already contributed 29-30 runs on board with those people, and then they have is just 5.3 hours gone, and they are doing with a good average, like almost six an hour.
So Asad Funadin, the Guyanese international, comes to the crease to replace Abdullah. He too comes with some wealth of experience.
So now new batsman is Asad Fadin, and other side is Cody is Cody is little set 12 on 12, not a bad strike rate, and 5.3 hours gone, 33 runs on board. And let's see new batsman, what kind of game plan he come in. So that's why I was talking to you, Eddie, about the bowler from other end. It could be dangerous for left-handers, because he's bringing the ball in. So if he's get a right line and length, he can get the wicket for lefty.
So let's see what Siddiqui has up his sleeve. This one is played out towards mid-wicket. So immediately Funadin is off the mark, and you can see immediately his intent.
Yeah, intent is your inside voice that make you do things, project results for you. You need to have intent.
And in order for you to be successful, you must transfer those intent
Into actions, and action give you results.
You're absolutely correct.
That's a beautiful running between the wicket, 2 runs, very quick two runs by the batsmen, very good. And now Chetty moved to 14 on 13 balls, and the score went up to 36 for 2 just in 5.5 overs.
So it seemed like Chetty is the man who is going to pick up from where Abdullah left off in terms of aggression.
Asad seems like they are up to the par. Asad seems like a decent batsman for the aggression, and he showed his intent on a very first ball. So, like I said, is every action have equal and opposite reaction to it. If you come out of this on a batting pitch, on a beautiful batting track here in Florida, and you have a good intent for your game, you can make something. Like I said, you need to have a game plan. Bowler needs to have a game plan, how they're gonna set the field, where they're gonna ball, and the batsman needs to play with the mindset, have a game plan on it, how and where I'm gonna target the scores. It's not all about hitting sixes and fours. It's all about how you're gonna strategize yourself in that field. You have 11 players, and you need to find a gap between them. That's why I love this game of cricket.
So Mark Dale is going to pick up the attack from the northern end, and he'll be bowling to Asad Funadeen, the left-hander out of Guyana. So good delivery from Dale.
So Mark DL is a bowler. First ball was not. It was a little bit towards the leg side, and big appeal for caught behind, and one more wicket gone. Asad Fadhleen gone.
So Funadeen goes caught behind after bowling of Mark Dale in his second delivery, and Khan 36 for 3, and we're now into over number 7. What do you think now? You want to readjust your total that you would have put on the scoreboard? Because early on you said they might get in the region of 140, 150. So now that it is 36 for 3 and they're falling like flies just a little bit, if I might add.
You know, in every game, either you take basketball, either you take cricket, either you take any game, chess, there's always a pivot point for any team or any person in that team. The pivot point is it's a turning point for them. They lost the 3 wickets at 36 runs at the board, and there's only 6.2 over gone. So they need to concentrate on singles and doubles at this point without losing wickets. That ball, the last batsman out, it was towards the leg, and is a short selection is very important in your game, in the cricket game. Cricket is like I said, we used to sing a story when we was growing up. Our teacher used to say you need to have head, mind and toe together to do something in life. So what I've learned in a cricket is really true. Your head, shoulder, knees and toes will be lined up.
So the new batsman is Bajal, and he is immediately after Mark. So he goes on to 2. And the total now goes up to 38 for 3, and we're into over number 7, being bowled by Mark DL from the northern end.
It'll be difficult if they lose one more wicket at this point. it'll be very tough for the batting side. Now the bowling side is coming back and they're trying to ball wicket to wickets and not giving away wides and all that. That's a good comeback from the fielding side of it. But for the batting side of it, they had a very good start with a good average, and they start losing wicket. Now they are a little bit under pressure right at this point to make it a right shot selections. But that's the way to go right now for singles and doubles. Concentrate on singles and doubles. He coming back, hurry up for the second, and he made it home safe and sound.
Yes, indeed. So the total goes up now to some 41 for 3. And Chetty and Bajaj now seems to be motoring along, putting their foot on the gas, realizing that the overs are going.
I would rather see here 38 runs, 0 wicket, 6.5 overs. That's a good prediction moving forward. But at this point they have lost 3 wickets, and now they have to come up with a plan B, because there is no plan. There is no value of plan A if you don't have a plan B to work on it.
Maybe they might have a plan B and C coming all down the way to plan Z if necessary. But at the end of over number 7, and at the end of it, Cotty is on 17 from some 16 delivery. Badger is on 3 from 2 deliveries, and the Afghan Zwanan Cricket Club, they're 42 for the loss of 3 wickets.
And Junaid Siddiqui is done really good. 10 runs in his 2 hours, and at the average of 5 runs per hour is very economical bowling for the T20, especially being a spinner. And let's see next ball coming in.
And one thing about Siddiqui, he's not afraid to toss it up in the air so the batters can get a chance to look up and perhaps try to go over long on in whatever situation might develop out in the middle.
Exactly. Bigger the problem, bigger the miracle is. The more miracle you want from God, ask for bigger problems. Then you're going to get the opportunity. You're going to adapt to that situation to make your selections of your shots in cricket. Or if you're a bowler, you're bowling to the line up to the par. But you have to take chances. It's a good shot.
Down towards the square cover region. Only get a single though.
Just one single.
One would have thought that they would have come back for run number 2, but they run the first run very slowly, so that was a problem right there.
Yeah, but that's the key, that always run fast. First thing fast. Or first thing, I say in my opinion, first thing fast. So you can do the first thing fast, the second thing will be easier to come along with it.
You have to have the connection and the cooperation. Running in the middle. Short, fine leg. Didn't have much to do.
Good, decent bowling going on with from the Junaid Siddiqui so far, and he didn't even bowl even 1 wide. That's a good comeback. A little bit sluggish in the fielding, and coming back for a second.
That is what you call putting pressure on the fielder. Perhaps they realized that he was slow coming in and then decided to come back for run number 2. So the total goes up now to 47 for 3. Chetty is on 20 and Bajaj is on 5.
They have to adjust the fielding a little bit on that side to bring the fielder closer to stump so he can save singles from them.
Well, they're pretty much turning the strike over, and that is, I'm pretty much sure, is much important to very important to them. They would rather have 4s and 6s, but they're not being given the opportunity to.
So Good shot, but only for one single. They need to start looking in the gaps right now. So now is 8 overs gone, 3 wickets at the last of 3 is 49 runs. So it's almost average of 5.9 average
Runs per over.
per hour going on, which is a pretty decent to start with. But at the turn of 10 hours, it does without any losing more wicket, they should add at least 15 to 20 runs more to the total.
And that's where teams usually loses a lot of wicket in the final 10 overs, because they would have fallen so far behind that they're trying to play catch up, and in the process of doing that they would just chance their hands. But let's see what they will do in this second over.
The pressure building up, as the pressure building up, and when you are under pressure, it's very hard to make any good decisions.
And in Caribbean parlance, they say pressure bust pipe.
Yes. That's a decent shot. Gone for 4 runs.
Over extra cover.
Very good shot. On the up.
So Chetty now is getting into the action. He now realizes that the issue, that he doesn't want them to get into a situation where they're going to lose wickets and not have plenty runs on the board. And notice I said plenty, not enough, plenty.
Plenty. Nowadays in a T20, even looks like a 200 plus runs seems very small total.
I agree with you, Khan.
And especially talking about all this new shot inventions and all those, and they come up with every day you see something new shot.
Something new.
New shot, reverse sweep. We didn't have a reverse sweep in our. Javed Miandad used to play a good reverse sweep as well sometime. And it's a good fielding. Stop the single from the.
He almost spilled it in the end. The batters were very much alert, and they look at each other as if to say, let's go. And then in the end, I think that the decision was pulled by Badger at the striker's end.
So 8.3 overs gone, 54 runs, and already this partnership is already building up 18 runs between two of those, and it should convert into can be converted into double, but they decided to do one run. So it's okay to be at this point under 10 overs to be little, I should say, careful, not losing wicket at this time.
So far, Mark Deal has bowled. He's into his second over, and he is some 13 runs have come off the overs thus far. So 1.5 overs from Deal. Got the wicket of Funadine with his second ball in his first over, and that was a very joyful moment for him.
Good bowling, good piece of bowling by
Mark Deal.
Mark Deal, and he's little expensive up to now, but it's okay. Still, we are in the 9th over of the game. It's too early. But like those who are international viewers, especially youngsters, I just want to convey the message to them that they have to plan everything. Cricket is also planning. It's just not like 3 sticks and a bat and a ball. It's a planning. You have to make your plan for the inning. How you're gonna put together runs. Where is your weakness? Where is your strength? Every batsman should do a SWOT analysis on them. What is my weakness? What is my strength? Play on your strength, not on your weaknesses.
So 9 overs completed. We're just about to see the commencement of over number 10, and right after the 10 over, we have 2 new commentators in the commentary box.
Commentary box joining us from.
And I think it's going to be Audley Watson and Mr. and Ivor Henry. So White is going to come in to pick up the commentary after over number 10, and we have a new bowler. It is Salman Nazar from the commentary box, and Amir.
Looks like a left-handed. Left-handed. Yes, it is. And he started good with his line and length. And now this batting side needs to pick up a little pace of start with some big shots as well. We're touching almost our number 10. That's half of your life gone. Now you have half of this left, but it's about time.
And you would have asked yourself the question, what is it that I have done in the first half of my life, and what is there for me to do in the second half? Well, that's a question that's been posed to the Zwanan club out in the middle now. There's some 56 runs on the board. They would have lost some 3 wickets, and we're now into over number 10. 9.3 being bowled by Nazar from the commentary box end.
That can be a question for every viewers or youngsters, especially youngsters. They're watching this this live cricket right now. That can be a question for them as well. You cannot recover your past, but what you can change is the future by just changing a direction. So you can get it done. The wind's on your side, and it's all possible. It's all within you.
So the umpire is signaling to the scorers, whatever the problem may be out there in the middle. Well, seems to be a little bit agitated out there, Amir Khan. Or it's one short, so they weren't signaling back to the umpire, and he got a little bit agitated. Wouldn't you, Khan?
Oh, one shot single, yeah. I was out at 49 so many times. I said, oh, come on, one shot, that I could have made 50.
Well, I'm sure they had checked the scoreboard really closely. They would have
Good shot and
realized
gone
that
for
you would have
4
gone
runs.
to that 50. So that's a good looking shot. Out towards wide, long off, and it goes into the boundary board for 4. So the total now goes up to some 62 for 3. And at the end of the over, at the end of it, the Afghans won club. There's 62 for 3. Baja is on 12. Chetty is on 28. And as Eddie Edwards and Amir Khan make our way from the commentary box, let me say a pleasant good morning and welcome to Ivor Henry and Audrey Watson.
Yes, good morning, and come box. We have Audrey Watson. We're going to have a few comments from Mr. White, who is standing by to do his commentary as well. And, so it's cricket, lovely cricket here at the Broward County Stadium, the main stadium. And for some strange reason, we are under lights, but we're under sunny skies as well. I don't know if the lights will malfunction in some place, but there's no real need for the lights. We're going to be into the night sky a little later. We have 3 matches slated for today. I want to say good morning to Audrey Watson and Mr. White at this time.
Good morning, Ivor. Good morning to our viewers throughout the world. It is U.S. Cricket, U.S. Open 2020, and what a year this has been. But we are here, and it's cricket, lovely cricket, right here at the Broward Stadium.
Well, a fantastic good morning, should say afternoon rather. Wonderful to all the viewers around the world joining us. Doesn't matter where you are, we're promised to bring you some exciting cricket here from South Florida on the MAQ US Open, the 11th edition, and we are here to bring you very excited cricket commentary. So get back, get that lager in, get that water, and get ready for some excited cricket.
Yes, indeed. Well, earlier today, remember that we had a coin toss. Notice that Brampton Pacers decided that they're going to take the field at first because the wicket seemed a little bit on the soft side, and that they made the opposition make heavy weather so far. They have 64 for 3 at this time. Jerry, he's been here at the top of the order. He's on 29 to 28, so he's right at a good clip. The happy hour is not yet on. We're now just into the 11th over. He's on log 13. So they're trying to set a target, having sent it to bat.
Indeed, just want to remind you that the next match coming up will be the universe boss, Chris Gale. He will be here in the stadium, and we can just imagine there'll be some tomahawk missiles flying in the stands, or will the opposition you return with some bazookas of their own to keep Chris Gale quiet?
And he will be representing the Atlanta Perms, who has they have a very, very good team. If you should ask me, they got some really talented young fellas in their team, the likes of Perret. You've gotten Fabian Allen, Damian Eubanks, Ricky Papsco-Dyer. They got some really talented bunch of players to represent that club. So it promised to be an exciting encounter here at the Central Broad Road Regional. So if you're not tuning into MAQ TV, you need to get ready for that gladiator. It's going to be a massive game on today.
The score presently is 66 for 3 after 11 overs. Going at a good nick. And I'll just say good morning to Mr. Vinod Mamshan, who would have been here under normal circumstances, but he is in Trinidad, Tobago right now because of the COVID-19. Good morning, Vinod. And Mr. Shaw and all the rest of those gentlemen that would have been here, but they are not because of the COVID-19 situation. And one wicket just went down.
He's gone for 14, so he got off the lucky 13 onto 14, and he just skied one into the skies. I don't know if you were trying to get the lights that are on at this time at the stadium, but he had the height, never the distance, and he just gifted his wicket away. There are plenty of wickets in the hut though, just wicket number 4, 66, so I think they're going to try to get to at least 130, 140. I don't know the depth of their batting, but like I said, they cannot work at pace from this pitch at this time because it's not really coming through. It's the first game of 3 that they're going to be encountering today. But again, I'll join on in welcoming all the viewers out there to the MAQ TV after to spread the word. Let the world know, even in this COVID-19 pandemic, we've been afforded cricket here in South Florida, thanks to Mark Qureshi and his crew. Seems as if nothing would stop cricket. But bear in mind, no spectators are allowed into the venue, so we urge you to look at these matches that will be coming to you here from the stadium live on MAQ TV.
Yes, indeed. So it's 66 for 4 after 11 overs and 1 ball. And still batting. It's the opener. He's on 30.
Yes, indeed. Chetty been there for quite a while now. I think that he's going to put the wheels on. He can't afford to bat through the inning and bat a one ball. He's got to change gear. He's been in first gear now for the first 11 into over number 12. He's got to go to second, third, and maybe get into high gear sooner or later. And at the same time, you have to give the fielding team credit for keeping the score. I should say to minimum. The count on rate is just 5.9. I think they need to get that up to about say 8 and over. If they can get it to 8 and over here, they should be hitting the 130 or thereabout. But we're speaking about Chris Gale into the second match, and my word, they have a list out with hard hitters the world over.
10 hardest hitters in the history of the game of cricket.
And Chris Gale is.
And believe it or not, Chris Gale is not among the top 10. What's your opinion on that one?
I think it's a typo somewhere along the line because they went to put a name and they just typed the wrong name altogether. There's no way that Chris Gale cannot be in terms of hardest hitting. That guy can hit a hard ball. I mean, many times I would say that because of Chris Gale, fielders would have to be feeling in mittens like they feel in baseball.
not just feelers, but the umpires and the spectators as well. Because Chris Gale can hit the ball bizarre. He hits the ball very hard. Is Andre Russell in that top 10 as well?
No. I'll give you a list of the top 10 as back here to action right here, the U.S. Open. I brought that up because we're going to segue in something else. I want you to announce or, name your 10 hardest hitters in the game right here in U.S. Open 2020. Not just the 2020 series, but the 2020 series. U.S. Open. The hardest hitters that you have seen here at in the history. This is the 12th edition, 12th year. We're having the U.S. Open right here in Florida. Of course, put on by Mr. Mark Qureshi, the man that does it all.
Well, absolutely great cricket been displayed here so far. Both teams looking steadily. They need to accelerate the momentum and get a couple of big overs if they need to post a target of 140, 150. Because you and I, we know this sort of wicket, it can play it through. So you need to get at least 140, 150 to have a good chance on this sort of wicket. And as we see earlier, the wicket has a little bit in there for fast bowlers. It's moving off the seam. They're getting some inward movements towards the pavilion, and you remember they haven't been in the cricket play there for the last 9-10 months, so there's something in the wicket.
That one is high. Will it be taken? Yes. That one, another wicket went down. Fielder ran across, covered quite a lot of distance, set up camp, took the catch. Very good catch. It's 71 for 5.
Yeah, that was all effort, and that's what bowlers need. They need feelers to come and back the bowlers, unlike the West Indies team who could not have caught a cold the other day in the height of winter.
Well, we're not even going to touch that topic at the minute there, Ivory. But a very good catch, the man coming in from deep mid-wicket. He covered a lot of ground, and the effort towards the end was absolutely fantastic. Diving in and take a very good catch, and they've been keeping things really tight. They've been bowling economical well, and they have keeping the batsmen, restricting them to not being able to accelerate. And this is the time that they need to put the gas down and start to score some runs. But the bowling team, they've been really steady, and that's what T20 is about: bowling economical and keeping the ball in the right areas.
Yes, so efficient is our scorer, Mr. Roddy over there, that the wicket. Okay, I thought I was wrong, but I was going to say he did put the so fast, but as it is, it's 71 for 5. Yes, and new batsman. Who is a new batsman coming into the crease? Ransford. I think it's Ranford. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. But you see what's going on. They're not giving them that loop gap to score runs, and the captain he keeps applying the pressure and not giving them the chance to score. And it's really tidy stuff from the bowling team. Really good stuff. And
I must say the fielding has been outstanding so far. Fielding has been very outstanding, and this, unlike Ivor mentioned earlier about the West Indies that couldn't catch a cold. They should be advertising for Teflon. Teflon, nothing sticks. Yep, smart bit of feeling there. Player attempt to get a quick single, but of course he had to scamper back into his crease as the return was rocketing to the wicket keeper.
There you go again. Really tidy stuff from the bowler. The batsman nogging that one. Can't really score, and Brampton, they're keeping things really steady. And somebody needs to take charge and get a accelerate partnership going on. But at the minute, they're not able to do it because the bowling has been so efficient and so tidy. That's fantastic stuff.
Let me remind you also that this is a batsman game. You know, the bowler just infringed a little down the leg side. He's called for a wide. And you can't be too wide on the off stump as well. So the bowling side are doing very well. It's 30 after 13 overs, 72 for 5. And, you know, they'll have to accelerate a little later, you know, when the happy hours, I call it the happy hours.
Absolutely, and as a captain, you can ask for more than what the bowling unit has given to you so far in terms of the way that they've been keeping things tidy, keeping it steady. Apart from the first 2 overs that went for a couple wide, everything has been economical. The spinners are doing a fantastic job, and that's really good.
Absolutely, that one great ball. Batsman advanced down the pitch, but was struck on the pad. Ricochet on the offside. No run.
And a shot there played down to a wideish cover position. They went through for a single. It seems to be Paul Palmer. Ooh.
He's now on 3 on 6, 3 of 6, so he's 50% strike rate.
We know what Paul Palmer is capable of. He can be very destructive, but at the minute he needs to play smart cricket and get his team up to a decent total. Because at the minute the Brampton team, they're keeping things really tidy and steady. And as we spoke about the spinners, they've been doing absolutely a phenomenal job here so far in the game.
Yeah, Nazar been doing very well. Salman Nazar.
It's no different sort of cricket here in terms of your league cricket. And if you're coming into this tournament with a lot of runs in your local league, your domestic league, you just need to keep that momentum in, bring it to here. Just play, just do what you've been doing in your local league. Keep that same momentum and you'll be successful.
Flashes, swings across, through to the wicket keeper. That one would have been way over the boundary for maybe the first maximum. We're still waiting to see the first maximum of this game.
Absolutely.
Very unusual.
Absolutely. But that shot wasn't on. There's a ball pitched outside the off stump, and this is the problem that I have with batsmen. You know, you're in a sticky situation like that. A ball pitched outside the off stump. Get your foot to the pitch of the ball. Stroke it through the covers. Get ones. Get 2-minute dot ball. There he goes.
That one is high, and he is going to be taken. Yes, he's out. Yes, they were tied down and tried to unleash that shackles, and in so doing, make a wild swing, and the ball went up and up and up and came down and was taken easily. So they've lost a 6th wicket. So it's now 73 for 6.
Not looking good, not looking really good. Beaten, going for a duck from 7 delivery. Just not acceptable in T20 cricket. And that's where I was heading. In terms of T20 cricket, you want to get 1s and 2. And if you can't get boundaries, this is a problem in the West Indies. I've seen it over and over in terms of players unable to rotate the strike. You know, that's a ball pitched up in the slot for a drive. Play the ball through the offside. Get 1, get 2. Keep the scoreboard ticking over, and they're not able to do that. And they're trying to go for a big shot, and not trying to focus on what's at par at the minute.
Yes. So the score is 73 for 6. It's a 5 here. 73 for 6. The latest batsman to be out. Beaten out
for a
duck from 7 balls, and I would say, it's like a cardinal sin, but out of respect for my friend Cardinal Mills, I'm not going to say it because they said, look, man, you guys keep blaming me for everything. You keep blaming, because he's cardinal, and we say it's a cardinal sin. They say, you're blaming me for everything that I don't know anything about. So I'm not going to say that, but yes, you want your batsman, it's time you have to get your eyes in. But in T20, there's no time to sit and play 3, 4, 5, 6, much as 7 balls and not scoring. We have to attribute the praise to the bowlers.
Absolutely. It seems we have a bowling change. Can't really see what's going to be on yet.
It's very difficult to see what's going on the scoreboard. Okay, we have it here. Asad
Zadi, another top spinner. So it's getting even more difficult.
So this reminded me of about when West Indies had the 4-prong pace attack, and you would see off the first 2 and then comes another 2, no let up. This is the situation here with the side. Batsmen facing another top class spinner.
But with Paul Palmer at the wicket, he's 3 from 6, still under par. But if he gets going, I could still possibly see them getting to 130, 140. And he goes straight down the ground, but very well stopped from the bowler.
Very good fielding. Very good. He set an example because, you don't want a fielder to misfield and the ball running into the boundary for 4 or even for 1. So he's setting the example.
Absolutely. Leading from the front. And that's very good example as a bowler, getting down like that and showing your teammate, this is what I'm setting, the standard, this is what I want, and leading from the front is a very good example. But nevertheless, they've gotten 1 from the over so far. A very little cheek down to a deepish mid-wicket. They're looking for 2. This could be trouble. But a very backward return. And the batsman scrambled through for 2 runs. Very good shot from Paul Palmer. Cheeky. Advances down the track, down to mid-wicket.
He showed his intention. He want to break that shackle that's been wrapped around them.
But someone needs to stay at the wicket and bat right through. And if any... That's a very good shot. Very, very good shot. Very excellent shot. A tremendous shot. A ball that was shot on the back foot and placed through the gap, through mid-wicket. Absolutely terrific shot there.
Exactly. The fielder could only trace the ball, to retrieve it after, of course, it went over the boundary. So there's no chance for him to get in that one. So 4 added to the total.
Keeps the score ticking over. Looking decent is Palmer. We know what he's capable of. Just need to stay at the wicket and play smart cricket.
Quick single, yes, turned out to be very easy.
Yeah, very good call from a non-striker to alert Palmer that there was a single on. So as it is over number 15, it's 81 for 6. Palmer 10 from 11. And Za 1 from 1 so far. Your analyticals of the game so far.
The next 5 overs, I would say first, and the next 5 overs, they need to be going at least 10 per over to have a decent score of, say, 130. It would have made it 130. But so far, as we have said before, the shackles have been put on by the bowlers. T20, it's a batsman game. The bowlers cannot do any slight infringement. They're called for no ball or wide or something. But indeed, the captain must be very proud right now of his bowlers and they're being backed up by the fielders. Good fielding.
Absolutely. Throughout the years, we know that this Brampton team, they have a very good bowling lineup, and they came out today and they're executing well as they normally do, and that's what you want in any form of cricket. Not just in T20 cricket, but in Test cricket, you want discipline, and I think this is a great example from the front. This is a great start to the tournament, the way that the bowlers are conducting themselves, and let's see.
Palmer added another 2. He has moved on to 12 from 12. Now 13 from 12. 12 from 13.
Well, he just needs to stay there because after him, I don't think there is much batting left in the dugout. So he needs to stay there. And there's a
That will be 4 runs. Beautifully flicked around the corner. Yeah, they can stop running now. Yeah, relax. Yes,
Absolutely.
relax.
absolutely.
It's over the boundary. 4 runs.
It's a situation where it was a bad ball. That's one of the first bad ball I've seen from the spinners, and Paul Palmer making full advantage of it. Flicked it off his hip down to a fine leg position for 4 runs. So it keeps the scoreboard ticking, and that's what you want in T20 cricket. You can't get the big maximum, keep it going, get the 1s and 2. The hard boundaries will come, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's waiting for it.
Very important. Very important. There's another one. You can't hit the 4s and the 6s. You just do the 1s, and 6 singles will make 6 runs.
Absolutely, and sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes if you see you're in a lot of problem in terms of you losing a lot of wicket, you're somewhere 60, you're somewhere 70 for 6, 7. You just want to get a par score of 120. You never know. The wicket is a very decent wicket, as you and I know throughout the years.
Swing down the leg side. Try to get that one out of the park. Misses. Dot ball.
Yeah, what Zwanan needs to do is just try to get 1s and 2 and get Palmer on strike, because he's the more aggressive player of the bunch. They're going for a cheeky single. It could be close.
Oh.
Picked up there. It would have been gone for all money if he had gotten a direct hit on the stump. But that's what it does. It intense pressure, and exactly what the batsman did. Put the fielder under pressure and able to
They'll make mistakes.
Absolutely.
Right. Overrun the ball. Yeah, it would have been pretty interesting if he had collected the ball and returned to the wicket keeper. Or
well, as we know, to the viewers around the world, we're here at Central Broward Regional Park in Florida. Absolutely fantastic weather for cricket. It's amazing. Oh, the sun is out. It's somewhere in the 70s degrees, and it's just a wonderful atmosphere. The wind is blowing across the field as well. It's fantastic.
And the score at the present score 89-6. 89-6 with just 24 balls, 24 legal deliveries to go in this match. 24 in this innings, 24 legal deliveries. And I think the batting side is under a little pressure here. They need to have a par score. Anything under 50 these days are not considered par scores. But it could turn out to be a precipitous climb, however, because it's the game of cricket. You never know what's going to happen.
So we have the medium pacer back in now, coming towards the end of the inning. We have seen some good running, though, and like you've said, we haven't seen a run out. We haven't seen half a dozen from one delivery as yet. But
very unusual, Ivor, waiting for the first 6. Very unusual.
Yes, well, these guys are coming in from the cold. So the Canadians.
So you're telling me that means they're thawed out. They're being thawed out.
Yeah, well, the batting team there out of California, it gets a little cool over there as well. But the Canadians are doing well.
Will this be the first?
Yes, indeed. So.
Yes, indeed.
I just sat in the box, and of course, no sooner than I would have started 2 balls later, we have seen the first US maximum of this year's tournament. And again, that was a loose delivery into the pads, down the leg side. The batsman, all he had to do to get some bat on it, and he picked up the spot. He went beyond the boundary rope for the first maximum.
And of course, that was done by Double P, Paul Palmer.
Yes, so we're 1 strike away from the 100 mark, triple figure mark, and it's 96 for 6. At least we're not having 666, we're having 966. And this time the batsman is having nothing to do with that one, except the extra delivery. It's a wide, been called there by the umpire, signal as well. So inching towards the 100 mark, it's 97. So we have
current run rate 5.9.
This Palmer, he's been going at a good clip, 23 from 16. This time he's whacking this one off the pads, down the ground, down on the inside. They're looking for two. They're going to squeeze it. Are they going to? No. They thought of a double, but in the end, wisely decided against it as the throw came in, one bounce to the bowler.
Real nice morning here. Yes, still morning for us. We are on the Eastern Standard Time. And the wind, we can see the wind is blowing from the west to the east. And I can almost guarantee you tomorrow, or sometimes during this US Open, that we'll see the wind going from east to west.
Well, right now the wind is at a standstill, almost.
Little bit. You can see the flags waving out there from,
Well, I said
from the west.
almost, you know, in the west. And on the
Yes.
eastern side, all the flags are dead. That one is a no ball signal. So the no ball would have override the wide there, because that one was wayward outside the off stump, and the wicketkeeper did really well to get some glove in it. But nonetheless, it was a no ball. So the bowler being rattled there by the six, but he came back with a wide after that, and then came with a dot. So let's see what he has to offer here. This time he's whacking this one, splitting the backward point and the extra cover, but he goes to deep extra cover for a single.
I'm disappointed. I was waiting for that six.
No, well, 100 comes up. So he didn't do much with that no ball. Normally, you know, you have a whack at it, but you have to say it's a good delivery.
It was a good
took
delivery.
the pace off. He was wide outside the off stump. The batsman, of course, he got some bat in it, but we have to say all credit to the bowler. Good thinking.
So of course a six was there, but just 100 for six.
Oh, and this time the keeper must have been unsighted. Another no ball, and I guess it's a front foot no ball. Or one of it was one for height. I'm not sure if the square leg would have indicated to the standing umpire, but nonetheless, it's another no ball.
And the ball ran down to the boundary as well.
Yes, so we're getting some 5
Five.
runs from that. Yes.
Was it?
So once again, we want to welcome you to the MAQ TV. We want to spread the word that we are going to be here for the next 5 days or so, until Sunday when the grand finale comes in. So feelers are in place with this no ball. This time he's going after him again. Another good delivery from that no ball where he can get no more than one. And this one was a Yorker length, and he's dug it out and whacked it down to the long off position, and they had to at least scramble through for a single. That ball got only in a hurry.
Indeed, I have a good delivery, you know, especially when there's a no ball, and the batsman is surely aware that he can swing. It doesn't matter if he's bowled because it's a free hit, but the ball was so good, only could squeeze a single out of that one, that delivery.
Yeah, well, we come to the end of that over, and over number 17 is done and dusted. So I think the party should be starting any time now. With 6 wickets, we still have a few wickets in the hut. Normally they're bowlers, but in 2020 cricket, you never know. You need your all-rounders. And Cricket in a Hurry, the partnership has gone to 33, oddly. So I think they're making hay while the sun shines and while the lights are on here at the stadium.
Literally.
Literally on. So they cannot appeal for lights. They cannot ask and say it's not. Ooh, the fielder on the boundary there would have.
You're gone for a second. Will they make it?
And yes, indeed. Good running again.
Indeed. Good running. Current run rate 6.3. Will that be enough? It's time for the happy. They are in the happy hour with 17, now 16 legitimate deliveries to go.
Well, earlier they were sent into bat, so now they're trying to set a target. And I can say everything going the way for the fielding team so far. But like I said, the wicket, it's not pacey, but it's going to be a little more pacey later on. I would think I had a a good look at it. It was a little bit on the soft side. A little moisture was in it, but I think the sun would burn it out some. I don't know if the lights that are on would be any addition in assisting the wicket to harden up some. But so far, so good. We haven't seen any ball that would have rolled along the way. This time he's dabbing at this one. They're taking on this single at the man at backward point. They get there in the end quite comfortably. 110 it is for 6.
So they're ticking on. They're ticking on. The run rate remain 6.3, 110 for 6. Paul Palmer 28 from 21. And Zia, he's on 5 from 8. Shazad. Zia Shazad.
They're squeezing one, they're looking for 2, but it's going to be a non-existent 2, I can tell you that, as a wicketkeeper with a big glove. But did the big glove remain on his hands?
Umpire given a signal.
No, so the wicketkeeper, he did the right thing. He done the big glove and he had his inners on, and he was in a position to peg that stump if they would have attempted. So Audi have to stand on 1 foot. The Nelson is on the board. 1-1-1 for 6.
And the scoreboard right here, the stadium.
Ooh, he's bringing out the thing, and what in the world was he doing? That one was on dead center, and he pulled out the reverse sweep, and he was given out LBW, and that's the second one. I see German would have just sent back to the hut with that dreaded finger being raised in the air. So 17.4, 1-1-1 for 7. So at least things are happening. When I got in the chair, we got the Nelson while I was here, we got the first maximum while I was here, and I got a wicket.
And I dare say the most feared thing in cricket is not the bouncer. It's the dreaded finger from the umpire.
Yeah, no batter wants to see that batter. But there was a time when batsmen used to want to see that finger go up. When the West Indies had that fearsome 4-pace attack, they not only want to see the dreaded finger go up.
They're running for relief.
Oh, the Indians would have declared the innings twice.
I was at Sabina Park when that happened, 1976. I was there.
Okay, there you go. So you would have seen it. The dreaded finger was not needed. They say, oh, we're putting up the white flag.
You retire before we expire.
There we go. This one is playing a quick thing shot at this time of the game. I don't know the instructions, but he has got to go gung-ho at this time as the overs are running out. We just have 2 overs to go. I'm going to leave the comm box. I'm going to have Mr. White join me as I'm going to make my way downstairs to see if I can get a little interview with someone.
Okay, so only 12 legitimate deliveries, 12 legal deliveries to go, and they're really in a bit of bother right now. Only 3 wickets. It's 112 for 7. Strike rate 6.2. I don't think that if you're the captain of the batting team, would you feel comfortable at this time?
Well, definitely not. Seeing the way that some of these batsmen got out earlier, just playing across the line, and that's one of the biggest problem in T20 cricket, going across the line, trying to improvise when that sort of shot wasn't on. But it's, as the captain, definitely wouldn't be happy at the minute. But still got 2 overs to go, so we still need to get probably 20 runs from that, and get a power score over 120. 120 could be defendable on this sort of track. You've seen it before many times this week.
And if anyone can do it, Palmer, and can.
Absolutely. But what the situation is now, you've seen the field has been spreaded back, man in the mid wicket, long on, long off, and a deep extra cover. But he needs to get Paul Palmer on strike.
Eyes bold, all end up. The flashing of those lights on the wickets. Oh, he was going for some gun-ho. It's called for it at this time, but he missed completely. And the bowler is saying, you miss, I hit. Flashing of the lights.
Very good delivery. Let's not put that out the game. It's a very good delivery, but at this stage of the game, you see the way Paul Palmer is batting. You need to get him on strike. The field has been spread. There is plenty of gap in there for you to get ones and two. Get one, get the man who's more established on strike, and he has failed to done so.
That's what really happened. So it's the fall of the 8th wicket. It's 112 for 8. 112 for 8, and only 11 legal deliveries to go, barring wides and no balls, of course.
Absolutely. New man to the wicket is Ryan Francis, and he can handle himself with the bat, but as you and I know, coming in at number 10, there's no rocket science that he's gonna, be destructive at the minute. Very little man as well. You can never underestimate the little man anyway. But what he needs to do is get Palmer on strike.
Unless you are coming at number 10 and you're Alzari Joseph or Romario.
Absolutely. And you speak about Ozari Joseph. He's been absolutely fantastic with the West Indies A team. He's scoring a lot of runs. So does that make him an all-rounder now?
I think he's definitely in that category or creeping towards that.
Absolutely. And the smart cricket there from Francis. He saw the gap open. He plays it in the gap and get Paul Palmer and strike, who got 10 delivery to probably get 20 runs to get them to a par score of 133. And if anyone can do it, it has to be him, and he needs to put his foot on the acceleration.
Yes, and there goes. Will it? Oh, valiant attempt there by the fielder down close to the boundary line, but it ran over the boundary. But this is what is necessary right now. It's really necessary because Palmer went for the big hit, did not get the 6, but he got a 4, got a boundary.
Well, absolutely. It wasn't the best of delivery. Palmer make the best of it. He saw the gap open over the mid-wicket, and he played it. The fielder made a valid attempt, got both hands to it, but wasn't able to pull off a fantastic catch over there at deep mid-wicket. So as it is, it's 117 for 8. Palmer goes single, which is wise to do at this point of the game. 2 deliveries left in the over. So I think Francis needs to go.
He is a batsman, so even if he's a bowler, it's required for him to go at the ball.
And at this stage, he has no choice but to go.
He's at the death, yes.
To go. 2 deliveries left. Try to get a maximum of 4 or 6 and get your team up to 120. And you got 6 delivery left. You got Palmer at the other hand, who can capitalize from the last 6 and hopefully can get 10 or 20. Should be pushing for 2. They should be pushing for 2, and very good running between the wicket from these two. Absolutely phenomenal cricket.
Good running once again. Ball went down
in a mid-wicket long
on position, yeah. They ran around quick 2.
So they got to 120. Very good delivery outside the off-stump. Batsman drives but can't score. And at the end of 19, they're 120 for 8. Paul Palmer, 33 from 24. Your thoughts so far?
So far, it's been hammer and thumbs. It's a battle between the bowlers and the batters. And this is a type of cricket that can be very intriguing right down to the end, because the bowler is trying to get the batsman. That's the objective, of course. But things they have been bowling very tight. I have to say, for this bowling team, they've done very well. And it's not for the lack of trying where the batsmen are concerned, but they are bowling good line and length. And because of that, they are only 120 for 8. 6 deliveries to go. Will they make it to 135, 140?
Well, with Palmer still at the wicket, still a good chance of them getting to 135 plus. And we saw lots of... Oh, there we go. That's a massive hit.
Yes. Palmer, yes, right over the boundary, the second six of the match, and of course both of those sixes right down to Palmer.
Absolutely, the ball was in the slot, and he went absolutely bizarre by mid wicket. Were a fantastic six.
That of course is a wide. Umpire Lindo say it's a wide, and it is.
So
I would have called it from up here.
Absolutely.
And
they should be looking for two. They should.
Oh, this could prove to be very costly for the side. We're looking for Palmer to run through for the second one. Both Palmer and Francis, but they could not. Good fielding.
Absolutely. And if I was the captain of the Brampton team, I would probably get two man in trying to stop Francis from getting a single to get back. Oh, that's a very good shot down the wicket. They're looking for two, but it's not on. And what do you think? You think it's the right decision not to go for two?
It's just three deliveries to go. I would try to milk everything out of that cow. Run. This one straight past the bowler, running down quick. Yeah. Will it be home? Umpire, dreaded finger of the umpire saying you're out. He did not make it. Try to squeeze a second one this time. I think the first one would have been easier, but it's come towards the end of the innings, so you have to run.
Touch and go. And very, very good effort from the man trying to get back in. Probably a dive would have made it in safe, but nevertheless, it's a very vibrant effort to get back. Palmer on strike, who has two delivery possibility, could get to 50. A 6 and a 4 could get him at that long mark, and that would be really a great start to the tournament for him if he could get over the milestone of 50 and get his team to possible 140. We keep going up, 120, 130, 140. Still opportunities to get to 140.
As it is said many times before, that score is on the board already, so the next side will have to make it. So let's see. We'll see a little later when they reply.
Absolutely. I must say it's a very steady and responsible innings from the young man Palmer, who goes, and that's gone a mile in the air. 3-man converting, mid wicket coming in, and it's dropped. They've gone through for two. It was a situation where you got three fielders coming in, each had an opportunity to take the catch, and at the last minute they're like, who's gonna go for it? The man coming in from deep mid wicket, he got there and he went for it, but wasn't able to take the catch.
Yeah, just undecided who was going to take the catch. But only one delivery to go. Let's see. Oh,
they should be looking for two.
They
are looking for two, and they should get back quite easily. And at the end of it, it's 134 for 9 from their allotted 20 overs. Your analytical start of the first inning so far.
Just before that, he almost removed the head of his batting partner. That ball was slapped hard down the wicket. This has been good innings. As I've said before, good battle. Palmer.
He got to
45 from 29. Palmer 45 from 29.
As you see the scoreboard there, Saeed Abdullah.
134 for 9. 134 for 9.
Saeed Abdullah didn't really get going. He only got 12 from 17. We know how destructive Saeed Abdullah could have been in terms of the top of the innings. Very terrific player. And Dominic Rookie didn't get going either. The opening batsman Cody Ketty got 34 from 33, and that was pretty much it until Paul Palmer came to the wicket, who got 45, who got his team to a respectable total. So very good job from the Brampton Pacers. They did a phenomenal job with the first innings, bowling terrific.
Welcome you back to the Broward Cricket Stadium as We commenced the second innings where they were trying to overhaul a modest 234. 234. They need to make 200. What am I saying? 134. Right. So they're going to be making 135 at least to win this match. And they have opened with Singh, Ravir Singh,
Randwa.
and Randwa. And the bowler is coming in from the West Palm Beach end.
And the run rate is reasonable, pretty decent, enough to get 6.9 runs is required. And the bowler is beaten to ball from the West Palm Beach end. Looks really upright, steady, decent pace, carried through to the wicket keeper. He's getting some away movements early from the right-hander, which is good sign to see as a fast bowler.
Yes, and he's still fresh, coming in, looking quite energetic, moving the ball, as I said before, moving the ball away from the batsman, could be inducing an edge. Am I seeing a first slip?
Absolutely, because as I mentioned earlier, you're getting a little movements away from the right-hander. So indeed, correctly to get a slip in position. Probably a gully as well would be. There we go. That's what we're talking about. There is the gully, and effectively, the ball is getting some reverse swing. Very good stuff. Very good stuff to see from a fast bowler perspective.
And I must say it's very unusual to see slip in T20, but sometimes it's very necessary. The bowler know the captain know his bowler.
Wonderful carry again to the wicket keeper, and it's a 5 or 4 delivery. Still haven't scored the Brampton Pacers, but they have deep batting, and that's what last season I watched them, and they're pretty strong in terms of their batting, way down to number 9, and they have some good powers hitters as well who can take this game away from the opponent.
Right. So with 2 deliveries to go, will it be the first maiden over in the US 20?
Well, the way he's going, he looks good. He's very energetic. He's running in with a lot of rhythm. He looks really good.
And that has been broken. So much for the first maiden over, but still a very tight over. One delivery. Oh, as a matter of fact, it's an over.
And one
overs come to an end. Just one, and very good over indeed.
Absolutely, tremendous over. You looked at him running up from the West Palm Beach, and you look at his rhythm, his momentum. He's upright. He looks in good shape, and that's really good to see from a fast bowler perspective. If you're home as a little kid watching this game, that's a positive sign. And can't really see who's going to be taking it from the pavilion end. And just so our viewers know, we're here at Central Broward Regional Park, which is in Fort Lauderdale. Wonderful atmosphere. Just so you be aware, there is no spectators allowed in the venue due to COVID restriction. And I must say that the staff, they've been doing a tremendous job in terms of keeping that restriction and sanitation and all that beautiful stuff. Not able to do so successfully. The bowler getting a little movement off the seam. Really good stuff. So just so you be aware, they're chasing 135 for victory. That was set by... So as we introduce Ivory to the commentary box. Oh, beautiful stuff, Ivory. Absolutely singing music to my ears.
Yes, everything was right about that delivery. He was leaving the batsman. It was the back of the length. The batsman was punting off the back foot, as there is no man in the offside past the 30-yard mark. But it was a swing and a miss, and he caught up with air.
Absolutely,
good delivery.
Absolutely terrific delivery. Singh has been trying to maneuver Kakani, but he's been bowling really economical well in the first over so far. Terrific stuff. He reminds me of Cameron Coffey in his action a little bit.
Yes, well, there was a wide though. That one was started outside the off stump and moved even further away outside the off stump. That's why they've employed the slip. So both bowlers seem to have the same reverse swing. It's the white ball. It's not going to last long with the shine, so they're trying to really
take advantage.
Take advantage of the swing. Not much breeze. The breeze is coming from west to east, and lovely day for cricket.
Absolutely magnificent there. Oh, that's a terrific shot over extra cover. One bounce into the boundary for 4. Absolutely magnificent shot there, Ivory.
Yes, and that's what he was trying to do with the delivery 2 deliveries ago, but he would have missed it. So he would have realized that the only man beyond the 30-yard is the man down at the third man position, and it was up and away, well placed. It was away from the fielder down at the third man thing, and now it's going to be cause for some field placement, and you see all hands are going right, left, as if traffic controlling.
Absolutely. The senior players just getting involved and trying to get things right. They see the movements. But the first 2 delivery wasn't pitched up as this one, and the batsman got a little bit closer to it, and execution was absolutely terrific.
Yes, it was a magnificent shot. There he goes again. And this one is not getting the elevation that he would have liked, but he got it over the infield, and the scamper through for a single. For a moment there, we thought number 14 would have caught up with it.
Is it Sahib Abdullah?
Yeah, it was always going away from him. So 7 it is for no loss. We're into over number 2, chasing 135 for victory. Remember earlier in the day, they sent the Californians into bat, so the Canadians are going to try to see if they can get into the W column.
With these 2 bowlers at the wicket, I smell something is about to happen in the action.
Ooh, and this one was coming back into the batsman. For the first one, we see the in-docker, and the batsman had a go at it, and it would have just missed the off stump, taken cleanly by the wicket-keeper. As we come to the end of over number 2, 7 for no loss.
Absolutely, and still not a bad start from the bowler, Kakani. Very, very tidy start. Just unfortunately that one that was smashed over backward a square. Sorry, over extra cover, backward a square for 4 runs.
Well, just 6 coming from that, which included a wide delivery. He was so wide, it was a broad, to be honest with you. But all being told, the deliveries were in the right channel, and it caused the batsman some bit of a concern. It's not going to be where they're going to take off and like a jet plane just beyond us here in Fort Lauderdale at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood Airport. they've got to work for their runs. And although they would have sent them into bat, I had an interview with the bowlers, and they're confident that their batters can overhaul this, because this is quite within their range, their 135, which is required. Down the leg side is.
And slightly appealing, but the umpire signal wide. And if you look, they removed the man from slips and put him at a shortish mid-wicket. And you have a man at a backward point, cover, extra cover, short, long off, long on, mid-wicket. Man at deep, fine leg, square leg, sorry, and a shortish.
Again, this one is, I think, coming off the pads. We wait for the signal, which comes in now from the umpire. So extras are mounting. So the count run rate is at 7.1.
But is a big change to Ivory. There's a big change towards the way the bowler started the first over. He was pitching the ball outside the off stump, but this second over of his, he decided to bang it in. He's bowling short, and I don't know if it's a plan by the captain or to maneuver to get
Well, we'll see now, because they've employed a slip now. So let's see if he's going to bowl the reverse swing now, where he's going to get it going away from the batsman. No, he's coming in. This one is going in the air. Man is running round to his left, getting on it. He doesn't get there. Ball hits the ground instead of hitting the palm of the fielder. But it was a good effort. It was always going away from him, though. But there we go again, trying for the elevation, had the height, never the distance, and the scamper through for a single. So it's not easy work here for the batters. They've got to work for everyone so far.
Absolutely, a very risky shot. Backing away towards the leg side, a ball that was pitched on about middle and off stump. That shot just wasn't on, but the batsman still managed to get a little bit of execution on it to get it over the cover region. Luckily, there he goes again. That's in the air, running down to third man. They've got one looking for two. A very decent return in from Sahib Abdullah, the man who's trade his cricket in the New York region. Very, very explosive player.
Okay, and we're going to have Audley. He's going to give you some stats here on Mr. Beacon out of Guyana. He started off very well bowling away. Now he's showing us he has the induckers. Audley.
Yes, Beeson, he is from Guyana. He's 28 years old. And he has represented Guyana in, of course, he has represented the West Indies. As a matter of fact, he has played 2 ODIs for the West Indies. So he's a West Indies international player. And yes, he has played for Guyana. Seeing if he has played for any other team.
Yes, sir.
He must have.
We have quite a bit of internationals. Well, look, we have some international stars here. Next game up, we should be seeing Chris Gale in action. We'll try to get the team, and we'll at the toss. I'll see what I can do. See if I get a word in. And this time he's swiveling. This one is going one bounce fair, I think. No, it's gone all the way. It's gone for half a dozen. Scorer put 6.
Yeah, very good shot. Very, very good shot. It was in the line very early, got behind the ball, and a very, very good shot. Pull shot there from the batsman. Got to the pitch of the ball, and execution was perfect. Very good shot. Tremendous shot to get things on the way.
So they're off on the running, 19 without loss, and they're just about in the third over for 2 overs and 4 deliveries. And remember, the first over was only a single run. So run rate 7.1. They are above their required rate at the moment.
And that's the beauty of T20 cricket. You can bowl 2 maiden and you can still go for 30 or 40. And that's the beauty of the game. So, you know, respect, when it comes on to respect in T20 cricket, it's very minimum.
It takes 1 over to change the match significantly in favor of either side. It could be a couple of wickets or a few sixes. And it go to swing from one side to the other. 1 over.
There he goes again, strays down the leg side. Another wide. I think you've gotten like 3 wides in this over. And
that was a good take by the wicketkeeper. It went far across and, you know, preventing what could have been 5 wides. Wide down to the boundary.
Absolutely. And in some circumstances, the wicketkeeper would have dived across. But the proper thing to do is exactly what he did. Take a few steps to his left and collect it very easily. A lot of effort into that ball from Beaton. Batsman just plays it back to him. So as it is, it's 18 without loss as we approach his over number 5. And the batsman Singh is on 10 from 14. A magnificent 6 down to backward, down to the mid-wicket region. Very good shot to get things on the way. Looks very excited with the cricket here today.
And just to remind the viewers that the first 6 overs, they are the power play overs. Good fielding there, shot, the wicket misses, but backed up by the fielder there. So all around good cricket. As we've come to the end of over number 3, and it's 19 without loss. Run rate of 6.3 at the moment. They are still ahead where they're going right now of the other team. So Singh is batting on 10 and Randhawa is batting on 3 from 3.
Yeah, very, very steady opening partnership so far. Both batsmen look very confident in their approach. Look steady. They're playing the ball on the merit and exactly what they need to do at this stage. Just set the platform, set a proper foundation for the team, and that's a big problem when it comes on to regional cricket or West Indies cricket. If you look at the 2 test matches that West Indies play against New Zealand. They failed at the top of the innings, which you need a solid foundation, and I think it's a big problem in the regional cricket, and they need to get proper fundamental, proper infrastructure to get West Indies cricket back where it once was in the 70s and the 80s.
And of course, like anything else in life, you need a proper foundation when you're going to start anything. Without the proper foundation, it's not going to, be what you want to be. Just have a good look, but that's just about it.
Absolutely, and it's not a topic I want to get into too much when it comes on to West Indies cricket, but it's affecting us in so many ways. It's very disgraceful. A ball that's gone down the leg side, four runs, 4 wide. Signal from Jermaine Lindo, very experienced umpire, Lindo.
Yes, he is out of Atlanta. Was born in Jamaica. Apply his trade out of mostly out. He's living somewhere in Atlanta area.
And the standard of cricket in Atlanta is very good as well. I like the development of the cricket here in America. It's spreading to most of these states, and some of the players in Atlanta, they're very, very good players. Oh, that's a magnificent shot! Absolutely tremendous. Back to the leg side and smank over cover. Absolutely terrific shot, 4 runs.
Good result. Good result. This is what we're accustomed to seeing right here at the U.S. Open. And this, of course, is the 12th edition, where it rocks back and not a man move, just the one to retrieve the ball.
Well, that's not a slug. That's an elegant shot.
Yeah,
absolutely elegant. He got to the foot, step away from the delivery, and just smashed it over cover. Beautiful shot. Absolutely good shot from Singh. He looks really confident. His confidence is growing, and the momentum is with the Brampton Pacers.
Of course, the target is not a very huge target, so they're just hopping 1 wide, signaled by umpire again. So just hopping merrily along, no pressure at all, because any total under 150 is called a
subpar, absolutely.
Subpar total.
Absolutely, but if the captain is reading the game correctly, you look at the strategies by the Brampton Pacers. It wasn't effective for the fast bowlers. He brought the spinners in the attack, and he started to reap the reward of some really good bowling. So I think that's something he probably want to look into. Probably get a couple of his big spinners in, and see if he can change the direction of the game or the momentum of the game.
Another wide signal by umpire.
Yeah, Kakani is not really. He has lost it in the second over. He hasn't find his rhythm. The batsman take him off place, take him off track, and that's what T20 can do. He can destroy. Oh, he goes again down the track. Didn't make that vital connection.
Yes, indeed, they are trying to make things happen. Staying in the crease, and if it's not happening for you, he advances down the pitch, and this time it was fielded, and they did not get that single. Yeah. But this is what you want to see, a battle going on. If you're in the crease and you can't get the way, advance down the pitch or do something to.
Absolutely, you want to see excited T20 cricket. They're very unlucky, very unfortunate, but 4 runs nevertheless.
Unfortunate for the bowler, sliced down the leg side and over the boundary for 4. We are playing on pitch number 4. Pitch number 4 we are playing on today, as we were informed by Mr. Ivor Henry in the opening ceremonies. Yes, he's a man of many hats. He was conducting things out there, and he's an umpire. He's a cricket commentator. He's a photographer. He's a what? No, what Ivor is now. What he's not.
All in one. Absolutely very experienced, Mr. Ivory. He's done a lot of commentary here in South Florida, U.S. Open as well. Very, very experienced.
If you say cricket and South Florida, you're calling Ivor's name.
Absolutely. That one was smashed down the ground, but wasn't able to get to pass the man who seems to be Saeed Abdullah. Very busy in the field today. So just so the viewers remember, the second game on is going to be Chris Gale.
Chris Gale led team.
Oh,
Bowl him! Yes, the blinking of the lights. Keep going there as the band swing and hit, swing and miss, and the bowler hits.
And that's the nature of the game. As a little 12-year-old growing up, my coach always said to me, if you miss, I hit. And that's very good execution. Very good execution. Bowling wicket to wicket.
So it's 35 for 1. 35 for 1 of the 4 overs. And they're still pretty pretty smooth sailing for them because there are 9 wickets still in hand, and the run rate 8.8. They are cruising along unless the bowling team would get some quick wickets.
A new man to the wicket. William Perkins. We all know how destructive he can be. Oh, I beg your pardon. Trying to negotiate the batsman who's coming in.
William Perkins is batting. He is on 15 from 18. Well, I guess they must have corrected it along the way. The scorers would have been leading us, but Mark Decal, he is coming at the 1 drop. He's at number 3, 35 for 1. Again, we're at the Central Bird Stadium. We're using the main park, and in the stadium, I remember they used to say, "Welcome to the park," but the park, it's have the outskirts where you can have other activities. But inside here, they've now changed it to the Broward County Stadium. So we're just close to the Sunrise Swap Shop. If just in case you are wondering the location, we're right here in the city of Lauderhill, in the beautiful city of Lauderhill. And we're in the state of Florida, in the county of Broward, and all of the USA. That's the country we are playing cricket today. Thanks to Mac Qureshi as usual. And to the Broward County, we want to say thank you as well. This one was a bouncing tennis ball like. The batsman got on top of it. He didn't get all of it. He just didn't time it as he would have liked. But for all this what they're running for 2. He was on the back foot and trying to get it over the... but he did get it over the infield. But the timing was never there.
We just want to apologize to the viewers in terms of we had Singh instead of Perkins on the score chart. So indeed it is William Perkins who is on 15 from 18.
And yes, and Williams, they're trying to punch one to the offside. There's no extra cover fielder. We're still within the power play. As you know, the first 6 overs, no more than 2 fielders can be outside of the 30-yard circle. And in this instance, they're just having the 3rd man on the offside, and they have a deep backward square leg on the onside. Those are the 2 men beyond the 30-yard circle. Now they have done away with the slip fielders, so all the fielders are, they're giving a single, if you can ask me. They're on the 30-yard circle, but nonetheless they're closing in as the bowler runs in. Perkins settled in. This time he's hitting this one in the air and away from any fielder. It's high, it's going. Gone.
High, handsome, and
so
long.
Scorer, half a dozen.
Yeah, very good shot from Perkins. Got in line with that one, and just maneuvering it over mid wicket. A very good shot. The execution was perfect, and the timing was absolutely magnificent as well.
Yes, it was a low swinging full toss, and he got to the pitch and he just whacked it close to the electronic scoreboard, and he went into the direction of the Sawgrass Mills.
About
Mall.
About 15 rows back, you would say. Very, very big one. That's the biggest one of the afternoon so far, you reckon?
Yes, he left the playing square with ease. I see how long it took me to say gone. He was going. It was a big one.
Get ready for more.
This time he's stroking this one elegantly outside the off stump, inside out, and away she goes across the boundary ropes.
Absolutely beautiful shot. That's the shot of the afternoon for me. That's a beautiful shot. Very, very good shot from Perkins.
Yes, and he raced on to 27 from 22 and 3 away from 50 with the overall score. Now these two batters are making light work of the 135 that is required. But in cricket, you never know.
Absolutely. You remember that World Cup final, West Indies, Sri Lanka. West Indies got 135 and Sri Lanka was cruising somewhat. And then you had the mystery man, Sunil Narayan and Badri and all them other players who got in the action.
Talking about Badri, Badri made his international debut right here, and this has become his favorite ground. So we were all here to witness it when he would have made his debut for the West Indies in a T20 match.
Absolutely.
William Perkins, who is batting at the moment, it's a 34-year-old from Trinidad and Tobago. He represents the national team, and he has actually played one T20 international for the West Indies.
Yes, indeed.
And he's a batsman, wicket-keeper. Wicket-keeper batsman.
Well, he's a batsman first, I would say. So he's just a standby wicket-keeper because with Ramden, he played his cricket during the Ramden years. And I think Ramden has been the better glove man in recent time for West Indies by far and away. I would say that in the dead of night. I would say it in the brightest of light that I think Ramden, even to today, unless he tell me he retired, that guy is one of the better glove men around today. He's neat, he's tidy, and with a good cricketing brain.
Absolutely, and I think William Perkins has played at the CPL level as well, quite a few times.
Yes,
absolutely. So he's a very good cricketer, if you ask me. I've seen him at the CPL level, and he looks really good.
No, he has played for Trinbago Knight Riders, Barbados Trident, Guyana Amazon, and he played for Trinidad and Tobago, of course. So he has been around quite a bit in playing the CPL and other leagues.
Yes, so we had 2.64. So the last two deliveries in that over, and bowler came back well. And but damage would have already been done. Some 12 runs coming from that over, and they're going helter skelter. They need some 88 from some 90 balls. So if I was a betting man, I'll go in the batter's column at this time. But again, in cricket, Mr. White, you never know.
Absolutely, you never know the equation when it's going to change or the momentum's going to come with you. A new batsman to the crease is Shahzad, left-hander. Trying to get tie his boots. Oh, I beg your pardon.
New bowler is Shahzad.
Mark.
And the batsman is MAQ Dial.
So we have a change of bowling, it seems. Yep. Zai Shahzad and wicketkeeper getting his helmet.
Well, the spinners would have done the damage early in the day, so now we're going to see spin for the first time, and let's see if the ball is going to grip like it did in the first inning. So the Californians, they're going to try to defend the 135 that is required.
Still possible to defend. It's T20 cricket. We have seen it before. Gets a little turn.
It's coming into the batsman, yes. So he's bowling right arm leggies. So I think Perkins is going to have a fielder with those outside the off stump. We're going to see if they're going to employ the sweeper cover.
And the thing about Perkins, he plays very positive. He's not just going to sit back and let you take full advantage of him. And that's the sort of player he is, and that's the sort of player that he will continue to be, I think. Oh, he goes over extra cover. That's a beautiful shot. Very good shot over extra cover. 3 bounce into the boundary for 4 runs.
Yes, and it brings up the 51 it is. And like we said, the equation is not going to be a difficult one, especially Perkins going the way he's going. And now the left-hander southpaw is off the mark with a boundary just from 2 deliveries. So I don't think, and no, there's no team going to be playing 2 matches, so these guys gonna have an early evening out, but because of the COVID, there's not many places that they can be thinking about going as usual in the past when You used to go to the mall, do your shopping, and go to the swap shop. That is very next, close to us here. So these guys, I don't think there's any quarantine as such. They don't have to stay put, but they just have to be mindful. And when they come back to this park, they have to follow all the CDC procedures that are in place. A tight one, White, I may ask.
Absolutely. As I said this morning, I think the staff here, they've been doing a tremendous job at the gate, sanitizing, getting proper check-in to get into the stand, and security is very efficient and tight as well. So I think it's a very, very good tournament being organized and been run here.
Oh, he's sweeping, he's pulling out the broom, and Perkins has showed us what he has got in the think tank. He showed us what he has with the conventional shots, and now he goes with a sweeping shot as the bowler bowls over the wicket, but he's straying, his leg is down the leg side, and Mr. Perkins did some house cleaning.
Absolutely. No risk behind the shot, because the ball had pitched outside the leg stump, and he just went with the flow of the shot down to fine leg for 4 runs. Very good shot from Perkins. Looks in really good touch. 31 of 25. Very good stuff. 51 for 6 as we approach his over number 6.
Yes, well, the end of number 6, the end of the power play. So let's see what will happen after this time. He's dabbing it outside the off stump. There's going to be danger at the non-striker's end. He was looking for a non-existent run. Mr. Perkins was on the back foot, and there's no way he could have got out of his stance. We would have had the oh, this time it's in the air. Man is getting on it. The top scorer in the inning, he takes the catch. Perkins goes. That was the very last delivery in the power play. And the catch has been taken there.
Paul Palmer.
By Palmer. Yes, Palmer. We had an interview with him a while ago. He would have made some 45 from 23. So Palmer gets into the act. And Perkins, who would have played a lovely sweep shot in that over, really gave up his inning in the end. Soft dismissal, I will say. He was trying to go inside out. And Mr. White, I'm going to tell you now, I think that's a cardinal sin. We're going to put this on Mr. Cardinal. When you can only have 2 fielders outside of the 30-yard circle, and you hit in the direction of any one of those 2, I have to put it down as poor cricket.
Absolutely. And that shot just wasn't there to be hit, to be honest with you. I think he probably could have gone a little bit straight over the bowler head, but he tried to go inside out over extra cover, but he didn't get the full connection that launched instead to the man up long off, who took a very good catch. At one point I thought he overrun it, but he covered his ground and took a very good catch.
Well, I'm going to still insist that there was no need for that. There's only 2 men out. You have a long off. There's no one beyond the extra cover boundary. There's no one that, like, he hit a deep backward square leg down there when he got the 4. It's the very last over in the power play. If you're going to go aerial, we would have seen the biggest 6 of the tournament so far. So we know he can hit far. But why hit it in the direction of where that fielder is? You miscue, you're giving him a chance of getting you out, especially hitting the ball in the air.
Absolutely. What made the situation even more, it's that you already got 9 from the over. You're in no immense pressure. You put pressure on yourself by playing that sort of shot and pressure on your team. But at the end of it, they're 56 for 2. They're still above the run rate. They're at 9.3. Required is only 5.6. But here we go, Ivory. You know this is T20 cricket.
And we have 2 new batters at the wicket. Even though Mark Dale would have got off the mark beautifully with a boundary, he's still new to the wicket. He has only faced some 3 deliveries for his 5 runs. So 2 relatively new batters at the crease. So that should give some hope to the fielding team. He's playing this one off the pads, and is yes and go a hit, and he's gone. Well, he missed, and there we go.
Would have been gone for all money. Just from my analytical point of view where I'm sitting at, it would have been gone.
Yes, he was not even in the frames. I don't know. I mean, it's telling me that the batting is going to be struggling somewhat, because that was a suicidal one, in my opinion.
Well, I think the probably possibility the single was on, but he just wasn't backing up correctly, because the ball went a little bit to the fielder right. He had to go around to pick it up, but nevertheless he survived. and it's 57 for the last two.
Right. Well, he only survived because he missed, and the keeper didn't get up in time.
That's a valid point. Very, very valid
Yes.
point.
And here it
this
is
could
again.
be
Yes,
another
no, yes,
one.
no,
Direct
another
hit.
one again. My word. And they were hit, and he would have been out of there. So,
What are they playing? Cat and mouse?
tip a ball one. No, tip a ball one. We used to play that. You tip a ball, you've got to run. So, I think that's what it is, because even though the power player is gone, they're still attacking. Yes, we have the 5 men outside, but they're playing the ball in the direction of the fielders. That one was played to short mid wicket, and they took off.
Well,
And there was a hiccup in the running too. That's what made it.
That's exactly what I was going to go to. It has to be a deal of communication between these two batsmen. They got to go down the middle of the track, have a chat with each other. Okay, this is what it is. We're going to work with plan A or plan B and keep that going. So it needs to be a proper communication.
Well, let's put it this way. They know they can take on the arm of these fielders because they're not hitting anything. They had 3 stumps to hit just now there, and he missed all of them.
You know why that is? In the Caribbean, they say it's not mango season.
Okay,
So
I can
pretty much
understand
I
that.
don't think, it's not mango season, so probably that's the reason.
Well, it's the first match of the tournament. So far, so good outside the off stump, swing and a miss. Taken cleanly there by the wicket keeper. You don't normally see balls going through to the wicket keepers in 2020. You always try to get bat and ball.
Absolutely.
Well, someone would have spoken to the guys who are controlling the lights. They are off. Darker, the lights are off, and when it was bright sun, the lights were on. Yeah, I think the timer went off there. So I hope this evening we're gonna have evening matches. The sun goes down here in South Florida, say about 5:30 or thereabout. So the matches goes up until 8:30 thereabout. So we're gonna be on the lights for the third match. Don't forget, we have a second match coming up, but in this one, 135 is the target. Again, the Southpaw can't catch up with this one. That's leaving the batsman. Is always going away from him, but not wide enough to be called wide. Has come to the end of over number 7. Done and dusted.
58 for 2, still steady going, still decent enough.
Yes, 77 from 78 deliveries. So it's still in the batters column. There's a lot of batters in the hut. Well, like some of the Canadians would have said, they were shut down, locked down. There were not much cricket being played there. But it's franchise cricket, so some of the cricketers all of them would not be living over in Canada, as we would have had, what's his name? Was it Nazar? No, Sadiki. He came out of Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, cricket, not much been played around the world, but to some extent, we saw West Indies getting defeated heavily to New Zealand. Very
embarrassingly. You're talking about 2-1. You're getting to bat twice to the opponent one time. They're making that a habit, and it's a bad habit.
Yeah, it's just. I think from my perspective, it's kind of poor from these lads. It needs to be a little bit more fight from these lads in terms of. I think they feel too comfortable where they're at. In terms of you ain't got players knocking at the door to take their spot, and players failing 5, 6, 7 times and still not being dropped, and there is other players out there that need an opportunity. It's just very poor from the selecting panel. We're not going to get into it too much, but it's very disturbing to watch West Indies play at the minute. No, a very good shot there through the gap, and that's split both fielders. Excellent timing to mid wicket. The batsman just plays it. Very good shot there, Ivory.
Yes, second boundary for Mark Dial, and this time he's getting one into the onside. He's tucking it and splitting both men, like you said. He was well placed, and 2 men almost ran into each other, but just had to go beyond the boundary ropes to collect that one. To make matters worse, I mean, this was the test matches. We're supposed to be the world champs. We are the world champs in 2020 cricket. Went down under and got knocked over. And now we're placed with some number 10 or something in the ranking. That's not good.
It's just unacceptable, and each time I talk about it I get super emotional. I think that it needs to be some reorganization in terms of the West Indies Cricket Board, in terms of selecting panel. People needs to be thrown out. People need to come in, because
well, we're asking the powers that be in the West Indies that we're right here in South Florida. This is an international venue. I would ask them to get on out and get some matches to be played right here in South Florida, where these guys can really, up the ante, and especially in the 2020 cricket. Hovering at 9-10, that's not good. With the likes of Pollard has now been employed as captain, and you have the Narayans and the Russell, them out there trotting the globe, while West Indies are losing embarrassingly. But nonetheless, another 2 to the scoreboard. It goes on to 66 for 2. A partnership of some 10 runs so far. So the partnership is building. Dayal is on 11 from 10. And Zaidi, he is on 4 from 4. So he's going at a clip of 100.
Sorry there. Ivory Zaidi, he has played in this tournament a couple of times now, and he's a very well bass player, very talented player who gets things going and can win matches for you. You need that sort of player in the middle of the order, and Zaidi been doing a fantastic job.
So Perkins would have gone for some 31 runs. It was good showing. It was good while it lasted. He showed us a few that he has in his arsenal, and as the tournament progresses, I'm sure he will really come out trumping even better yet. This is not the first time he's here. He's been playing in this tournament for quite some time. So I'm sure he enjoys playing here. Sooner or later, I'm going to see if we can get a little chit-chat with him.
I think the Atlanta team has just arrived. I've seen a couple of the players. I've seen Ricky. I've seen Ebanks. I haven't seen Chris Gayle as yet, but they're making their way in, and it promised to be a very exciting next match and hunt for us here. And another thing with the way William Perkins got out, it's just not good enough to get a start like that and not continue, and it's been a problem throughout the region with regional cricket. Players need to take an opportunity of these starts and get them into big tons. And one player I'm super excited to see in this tournament is Kenar Lewis, a very destructive right-hand batsman. Oh, and that's a very good shot. Gone for 1. Oh, fantastic return, but he got an extra run. So it's 67 for 2 after 8.2.
Yeah, I think I made an error earlier in the day when I said Siddiqui was from Trinidad, but Siddiqui is from Bangladesh, and Dayal is the one from Trinidad. That's the first one that I interviewed. He would have bowled his 4 overs for 18 runs.
So it's very good to see players from all over the world coming into South Florida to represent this tournament and their team respectively.
And it's good to see cricket, and we have to give it up to the Broward County officials as well. I mean, I think it's not a contact sport by any means, so cricket, at least once the protocols are in place and they're being followed, there will be no danger. The way how things were this afternoon, this morning, with the cones, and you have to go there and there's someone to direct you where to go, and you get your temperature checked and all that good stuff. As a matter of fact, when I came in this morning, the nurse, when she took my temperature, he said, "Wow, are you okay? You're cold." My temperature said, "Well, I'm not dead. At least, at least."
Live, absolutely. Absolutely.
But that was his remark. He said, "Oh, man, you're cold. You're nowhere hot. You're nowhere near hot."
Yeah, the staff, as we mentioned over and over, they've been doing a remarkable job.
Yes, I've been doing my best to stay away from crowds. Stay away. I just follow everything and, to the line, as you would say, because this is life and death story. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Very good delivery there.
So again, we want to say hi and hello to Vinod Manchad down there in Trinidad and Tobago. He's missing in action this year physically, and but his presence is here, and we know behind the scenes he's working and doing all his worth to make sure that this tournament go down as easy peasy and as easy as can be.
And it was a lot of tough effort to get this tournament underway, Ivory. And they did a tremendous job in terms of getting things into place, getting the protocol into place, and all that sort of work.
Yes, indeed. Well, later in the tournament, we're going to be having the voice of Lenny Archibar. He's going to be coming in from New York. We want to say good afternoon and hello to him as well. And he is who we will be calling the walking computer. In his head, he can tell you from ball one that would have taken off here from 2008 when this tournament really started. And I think he would have only missed maybe one, no more than two.
Yeah,
but
it's been a foundation block.
Yes.
In the US Open.
Yes. So, like I said, I've been here from the inception. Even before, when this thought of this came up, it started before here. A lot of people don't know that. This idea of cricket started in Frost Park down in Dania Beach, when the Pakistani team used to use that Frost Park. And MAQ was playing for Pakistan, and he came up with that, and we started playing cricket right at Frost Park there with his tournament. And then it migrated to this park when the park was open, when they tried to get the a footing in the World Cup 2007. Well, that's when this stadium was built, and well, they didn't get the nod to get a game here. But MAQ decided, well, we'll put this stadium to good use. And the very next year, the US Open would have birthed.
Absolutely. I've been in South Florida for the last 6 years, so that stadium you mentioned in Dana Beach, I've never actually played that ground before.
Frost Park, it's right in Dana Beach.
We got
on the beach there. Yeah,
change of bowling. Baja. That's how you pronounce it.
Well, we're easy peasy and even Steven. 66 balls from 66 runs from 66 balls. And we're going to have changing commentators. We're going to have Eddie Edwards and...
Oh, that's a superb catch. Absolutely magnificent catch running in from mid-wicket. Is Palmer. A very good catch to dismiss the batsman. Superb work, and 3 wickets down for 6-9 as we changes the commentary panel.
Superb job. I don't think that anyone can really argue about that. So 69 it is to 3. The Brampton Pacers pretty much on target to win, won't you think, there, Amir?
Yeah, like I said, it was like a target should be around 150, 160. They are a little bit behind, and to that much is to, yeah, like I said, they have to control the white balls. These are extra balls they're throwing, like white balls, and as seen in the early in the inning, they have so many white balls in first 6 hours.
So the target is 135, 9.1 overs gone, into over number 10. being bowled by Gaurav Bajaj from the commentary box end. He'll be bowling to Leonardo Julian.
So Bajal is bowling is that's pretty good line and length he's bowling today, and it's already he bowled 1 hour already, right? And that's his second over. So he's pretty economical, up to the par, wicket to wicket bowling.
Just tosses that one up in the air. Play down towards long off. And the batsman just comes through for a quick single that takes in another to one. He has faced some two deliveries, and it is 70 for 3. Chasing 135.
As compared to other team, I remember it was like 49 for 3 in 6.5 hours. Now they are facing 70 for 3 in 9.3 hours. So they have enough hours. But at this time, Brampton Pacers need a wicket so bad. They need a breakthrough.
Well, the bowlers are out there to bowl. I'm pretty much sure that they're thinking the same thing that you were saying. You're talking about the Amir.
Yes, it is all about, like I said, in a cricket is almost like 77% is a mind game. Then you have 11% of your skills and 11% is your luck. So I put the cricket that way. So it's your mindset.
So the over comes to an end, and at the end of a very successful over from Bajaj, the score 72 for 3. The Brampton Pacers chasing 125 for victory. And by the way, Amir, you've seen the Chris Gale team just came into the stadium.
Yeah, I was so excited to see team international players coming in and participating in this only one U.S. tournament that bring all the international players, and we need those players to come and show their talent, show their skills, so youngsters can learn from them.
And when you look at the Atlanta team, you have Chris Gale, you have young Stephen Taylor, you have Parnell, you have players like Corey Anderson as well.
Yes, yes.
So it's a team with lots of big name players in it, and they're expected to perform here at the Central Broad Regional Park in the MAQ T20 tournament.
Exactly. It's already depend on the opponent team, how they're gonna perceive that you have to build a momentum in cricket. Either is a bowling or is batting, you need to build a momentum. So once you build a momentum, you can go through the steel wall if you have a momentum. And if you don't have momentum, you cannot even move an inch.
That's a good way to put that. So it's going to be Sultani who's going to pick up the attack from the far end. Straight back past the bowler. Through his hands. Much he must be saying to himself, how did I not hold on to that?
Hold on to that, right? It's hard to catch on your, especially your bowler on your follow through. It's very hard to catch, but you need to have a good sharp reflexes to get hold of those balls playing back to you.
So the field changes over. Going down now at the deep backward square position.
Very well field set up for the bowling, but I'm afraid that bowler is little bit short of length.
They'll have that down towards the mid-wicket region.
And the batsman looking for a short ball, and he pulled it for 4 runs.
That's the shot he was looking for in the previous delivery, and he didn't really make good contact with it. And in the next delivery, he really made
Yeah.
He's now asking the dugout in his part of the woods to maybe bring him to either bring him a bat or a glove.
So it's a run a ball match now from here on. It's 58 runs and 57 balls. So it's just a run a ball. So all they need to hold their patience and keep it going, moving forward with that.
Yeah, the most game one would say. None for 6 from some 4 deliveries from Sultani.
Zaki Sultani bowled so far 4 balls and he consumed 6 runs. So that's what's going on right now. So 1-0-4-1-0. 55 balls and 57 runs to go. It don't look like a big target to achieve, but once you start losing wickets, it become very like a mountain tall scoring. Even a small amount of scores can become really a big headache for the team.
Certainly the scoreboard pressure that you're referring to there is pretty much in play here for the Brampton Pacers. They're 78 for 3. And looking to score a target of 125. Their run rate now is on 6.3. And as you said, the mountain is climbing, the mountain is building.
Building up.
And it's become a headache now for the Brampton Pacers. We've just seen the completion of over number 11. So let's see what they do from here on out.
Because in a dollar every penny counts, and cricket every run counts.
You count every penny in your dollar?
Oh yeah, when 99 cents doesn't make a dollar, it has to be 100 pennies to make a dollar. Exactly the same analogy you put in a cricket. Each run is very crucial at this time.
You're not a cheapy guy, are you? How long does it take you to count every penny in your dollar, man?
At least 1 or 2 days.
That's a lot of days, lots of hours, lots of minutes.
That's what the cricket teaches you, being patient. If you don't have patience, and you are not in a game of cricket.
You took 2 days to count your dollar.
That was the exercise that my coach used to give it to us. Hey, this boy, you want to be a good batsman? I say yes. I say okay, count those pennies and take your time. I want you to spend 3-4 hours on it.
I hope my good friend Ivor Henry is listening to you. And there, because Ivor Henry takes about 10 minutes to count his pennies.
Because we living in a nation that we are really penny wise and pound foolish. We don't look at the bigger picture. We don't look at the end result. It's not really matter in your life that what you making out of it. Is what is really matter is what you becoming out of that. This team is playing now. They win this game. What they will become to in the second match. They have to take
improvements wherever improvement is needed.
exactly.
You just cannot say, well, lackadaisically we won the first game, so we're not going to change nothing. But then again, on the flip side, you don't want to change something if it is not broken. You don't want to fix it.
But change is very important. Sometimes you need wickets. You cannot keep the same bowlers doing the same thing, accepting the different results. You have to make some changes.
Talking about balls, you would have seen a couple of balls kept low early on this morning.
Earlier on, yeah.
Delivery from Badgers, right outside line of the off stump and popped the way down towards cover. Wasn't wide enough for the umpire to call wide. So
Right.
Badger would have bowled some 1.2 overs and he would have gotten a wicket.
So that's a good average for that to move along to. Right now, this wicket what I've seen is ball stays little low, and you have to play straight. As long as you're playing straight, coming in the line and playing the ball, you're okay. And on this wicket, as long as you just an inch of a cross bat you are gone, you are history. Unless you are Chris Gale.
No comment on that. 85 wickets for 3, 11.5 overs gone.
So this partnership built out 16 runs so far, and current run rate is 7.2, required is 6.2. So they are doing pretty good, decent, moving along with the run rate.
So looking ever so close to get to that 135 run target. The over comes to an end, is it? Yes, it is. The end of the over. Baja would have bowled some 2 overs for 11 runs.
Yeah, not bad bowling. It's a good economical bowling. 5 runs an hour is very good, economical, especially in T20, and especially you're bowling in a deep overs. You are in a 12th over, and that's run rate. Economical run rate is the game winner.
Seeing the pace and tackle beaten early on this one, the very first over. Spitfire pace coming down from the northern end. We're seeing Funadin extremely busy out in the middle today.
So they catch up pretty good. Now they have 48 and 49 and 48 balls required, and they are pretty moving along in a good speed, steady. And here comes a reverse sweep, and it was almost in front of the wicket, was missing a leg stump.
When I spoke about the invention of the reverse shot, reverse sweep, I say all the time, leave the sweeping for the cleaners. You're not a good sweeper, don't sweep. Leave it for the cleaners.
Yeah, you gotta play your strength, not your weakness. And anytime we see the batsmen losing their wicket, the best shot they play, their strength. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you learn.
So Zaidi goes up to 12. Julian is on 10. It's the bowling of Sultani from the northern end. So the sun has left us momentarily here at the Central Broad Regional Park.
It's an excellent atmosphere for our fast bowlers right now.
They've been played over extra cover, 4 runs.
Good shot.
Not a man move. Good looking shot. Straight over extra cover for 4. So Zaidi continues his onslaught. He's on 16 from 16 delivery. Julian is on 10 from 12 delivery. 91 it is for 3. The Brampton Pacers are there now picking up the pace.
I've seen the Zaidi has a good hand and eye coordination. The way he played the last shot, it was a great example of hand and eye coordination, and he played excellent along all the way, take it to the boundary.
And that's what you need in this kind of cricket, in this kind of competition.
They are losing runs here, there, left, right, and center. That's 2 runs, very good running between a wicket.
So Zaidi now goes up to 17.
Zaidi is on striking 100%, 17 on 17.
He's a man on a mission. Let's hope that he completes the mission. Again he tries to reverse, and this time he gets it on.
Almost close to the boundary.
That was a good shot. Improvising shot, the sweep shot, the reverse sweep.
Reverse sweep, yeah.
So one more to Zaidi.
I think down the couple of more years, we will see 2-face bats. What do you think, Eddie?
This is 2020.
2020.
Anything can happen.
2-face bat.
Never say never again. I just leave that, whatever that they bring. 94 it is for 3.
His partnership built in up for 25 runs. Target is 135, and it was quite decent over from Zaki Sultani. He bowled 2 overs and gave 14 runs. Little bit higher end side of the bowling, economic bowling side of it, but under 5, under 6 runs an over at this stage, and they need a wicket. They need a breakthrough.
So with some 13 overs gone, how do you envision these final overs, Amir?
T20 is a game of really bowling. If you bowling good, you can maintain the scores, and once you maintain the scores, the other team will under pressure already before they walk into the field. So it all depend on from here on is a bowling on how economical they are doing, wicket to wicket bowling, no white balls and no loose balls, just wicket to wicket, good length deliveries. That's what they need.
So we have a change of bowling from the southern end, Ryan Francis.
Francis looks like a medium pace. Left arm. Looks like it.
Doesn't have much of a pace there. Perhaps trying to take enough of the ball to deceive the batter.
Yeah, it can be deceive bowling action he has as like action from the Indian player Chal, what is his name? Chal, yeah. His action is so deceiving. Oh, good fielding. Back to the bowler drive and a great fielding. While the bowler save 1 run. Each run will count at the end. It's a good ball once again.
So 95 it is for 3. 13.4 overs. Charles into the continue.
Try to hit it to the extra cover for so a lot of people I've seen it out this way on a back foot drive.
Sometimes that can cause a lot of problem for batters though.
Batters,
Going
yeah.
back onto the back foot. Get stuck. Once again we see the reverse sweep. Down towards fine leg.
Good 2 runs.
So that takes the total now to some 97. So the over comes to an end at the end of 14 overs. The Brampton Pacers chasing a target of 135. They're 97 for the loss of some 3 wickets.
Very good over by Francis. He only gave 3 runs in that over, and that kind of overs that will make difference at the end.
So the last wicket was Mark Dale, caught by Paul Palmer of the bowling of Gerard Badger. So that was a big wicket then of Mark Dale, the young man out of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah. So now it's a game now. They're switching little bit gears and some advisory from the maybe captain.
So it's going to be now Rainsford Beaton who's going to pick up the attack from the far end. As I said early on that in his first spell, bowled tremendous quick fire. Had the opening batter in a lot of problems.
There's already partnership built up to 28 runs, and they are building the momentum here.
So Rainsford Beaton was actually born in Montserrat to Guyanese parents. Represented Guyana on a number of occasions. So he starts and stops him here.
He's-
Perhaps he forget he has to bowl.
He's making his mind. You know, it's before you jump 10 feet high, first you have to jump in your mind that you can cross that 10 feet.
Well,
Once you made your mind, you can do it.
well, let's see what happens, because Beaton just about to move in from the northern end.
He has to ball really close to the stumps, wicket to wicket.
One is just guided into the cover region by Zaidi. He goes on to some 19, and according to my score, it is 98 for 3. They're looking to score 135 for victory. Beaten is none for 12.
Slowly, Brampton Pacer taking this game away, and at this time, they really need a fielding side. Really need a wicket, a breakthrough at this point.
They really do, but I'm not sure if a breakthrough at this moment will give them the fire that they want to light. Here is Beaton.
One good in-swinging Yorker will do it.
And that's a wide delivery down the leg side. And Beaton continues to bowl wide. In his opening spell, in his first spell, he bowled quite a number of wides. So that doesn't speak well for young Beaton. 99 it is for 3.
Problem with the Beaton, he's a in-swinging bowler, is a natural in-swing ball. As soon as he pitched the ball on the middle and leg, it's be wide ball. Look at that one more time.
Let's see the batter get an edge to that, or it might have came out the pad. Let's see what the umpire signal.
So all he need to adjust.
It's another wide delivery. Signal and call by the umpire. So Beaton now has none for 15 from some 2.1 overs.
Pacers are good, like the fast bowlers are good, but once they start consuming runs, then it'll be so the outfield is a little faster than this morning right now. So ball will travel more faster to the boundary, and if you are a pace, then it'll be make it easy target for other team. Oh, what a beautiful ball!
Beaton outside the line of the off stump. That better ball there from Beaton.
Beaton is a natural in-swing bowler. It's very dangerous for a left-hander.
So one thing I noticed about him, he has a lot of pace. Last time I saw him, he represented the Trinbago Knight Riders in the CPL a couple of years ago.
Yeah, he's a good run-up. Good action, good pace, and very good catch.
And finally, Zaidi perished in the cover. Delivery that could have been slashed away harder than Zaidi might have thought. But in the end, Beaton is the man that got the wicket of Zaidi. Looking to slap it down towards cover. Make contact and right into the hand of the man at short cover position, Khan.
It is right now they lost the wicket. Zaidi was very set batsman in the middle, and he was trying to ball. He was playing really decent, but losing his wicket, it can put pressure to the team. They can lose more wickets here. But thing is that this game is just a double and single game. You don't need to hit 4s and 6s in here. You need 34 and 35 balls. So you are just a simple math, run a ball and you will home.
Just needed to turn the strike over.
But on the other hand, they need one more breakthrough at this time to make this match more interesting.
I totally agree with you. It's 104. It's 101 for 4. We're into over number 15. 14.3 overs to be exact. And Beaton now has 1 for 15 from some 2.3. So he's getting there. He has gotten among the wicket thus far.
Like I said, he's Beaton is a natural in-swinging bowler. It can be a very dangerous for a left-handed batsman. When you have natural in-swinging bowler cutting across from you, and you are a left-handed batsman, it'll be a very dangerous for you. You can get out on that if it's a pitch at the right spot.
So the new batsman is Ranjit Singh, another left-hander.
Oh my God! Almost it was a catchable catch.
It was low, but the keeper, you
Yep.
know, all his valiant effort, all that went in vain. It goes down into the boundary board for 4. So 105, and Ranjit Singh gets off the mark with a 4. Good looking shot.
Good looking shot, but it remind me of a keeper we used to have in Pakistan, Wasim Bari. He used to take catches on almost on a second slip, diving catches.
Saw him a number of times in the Caribbean, and what a talent he was. So wide delivery outside the line of the off stump. It is signal and called wide, and once again it's another wide from Young Beaton.
Young Beaton should be continue bowling from the other side he was bowling from, because it's more dangerous and going away from the left-handed batsman. And as you see, previous ball was 4 runs, but it was catchable catch. You could put a dive so hard. Now it's a good move to bring a first slip in.
Looking around the wicket now to Singh. Outside the line of the off stump. A good delivery, good comeback delivery from Rainsford. Beaton has 1 for 20 from some 2.4 overs. It's 106 for 4. They're chasing 135 for victory. So 14.5 overs gone.
Money on the dot right now we need. The money on the dot, the balls needs to be within the stump limits, not like 4 or 5th stumps away is a wastage of ball.
It's another wide delivery, another one added to the extras. 107 for 4. 14.5 still on the board. Beaton will have to come better than that.
Now he made a good move again to come back from his original
He
side
coming over the wicket now.
over the wicket, and it be a more dangerous for the left-handed batsman when he bowling from that, and he's a natural in-swinging bowler. It will make outswing for the lefty. See that? That's the line length they need.
So the over finally comes to an end, and at the end of the over, at the end of it, the Brampton Pacers, they're 107 for 4. Ranjit Singh is on 4, and they're chasing 135 for victory.
Run a ball. 30 on 30, run a ball.
Is that a good thing or not?
It's a great thing to have, especially for the batting side of it, because it's a run a ball. You looking at your victory. You're looking at your achieving the goal to winning this first match. Then you take it to second match. You are building a momentum. Again, the momentum you need to build. Everybody in a whole team need to build momentum. Either it's a fielding, either it's a batting, either it's a bowling. All needs to build momentum to go through this scenario of what's going on right now. 30 on 30, 28 to win on 30 balls. 15 hours gone already. The target is 135, and now we have Ryan Francis came back. He did a very good over last over. Good bowling, wicket to wicket bowling. That's what we need.
Yes, indeed. And just some 5 overs left? 4.5 to be exact.
And Pacers don't want to lose any other wicket at this point.
Well, they would want to come home in pretty good style.
Yeah, style is good, but thing is that is once losing wicket, and is again you building up a pressure, and then you are under pressure. You make wrong decisions, make a wrong selections of shots.
And I don't think that the that Ryan Francis would want to give away anything. I don't think that he want to leak runs at this stage. He want to keep it as tight as he possibly can.
Very good bowling, very to the par, wicket to wicket bowling, and very good bowling so far. He bowled three deliveries, and he only gave 1 run. That's excellent performance from this youngster Francis, and he's adjusting his field to more towards little bit deeper side of it, and he's bowling to the par, and it's a good thing to see youngster to have this kind of mindset for their achievement.
So this time Azad gets a single. Takes the total now to 108 for 4. So with some 16 overs completed, 4 overs left, looking to get 135. And so do you think it's an easy target now? They're getting injured, they're closing in?
Nothing is impossible if it's only your mind make it so. If your mind accept it, you can do it, you will do it. But if they lose a wicket at this point here, it'll be little tougher for that.
But you know, sometimes your mind plays tricks with you. You know that.
The mind plays tricks with you. It's just like mind is just like your kid. He plays tricks with you too. But you need to control the mind. You are in charge of what's going on, not the other way around. But so I'm impressed with the Francis bowling. He just bowled completed last over, and he only gave 2 runs in that.
So with some 27 runs away from victory. The last wicket to fall, they said it was Julian. So this partnership has yielded some 7 runs.
So now is who's back in the bowling? Brad.
So we're going to see a new bowler from the northern end. Just have to wait and see what our scores comes up with. We know that beaten for sure is Khan, Nawaz Khan.
Not a bad ball. Right on like 5th or 6th stump. Good length. So Nawaz Khan is a new bowler. He already bowled 3 overs and he gave like 17 runs in it.
Well, the captain has enough confidence and faith in him that he wouldn't leak runs. So perhaps that's why he brought him back into the attack. Skies it in the air. Don't think he's going to take the catch.
Come on. Almost there.
Just beat the outstretched hands of the man running back there. And that always been a difficult catch to take running back for fielders.
But batsman played a really in a very intelligently way. He played and he heaved it over the top of the fielder with a flat bat like a baseball bat.
Now you see Asad Fuladin has gone now towards the deep long off position, realizing that the batters are now in position to play their strokes, and he wants to prevent that. Doesn't want them to get too much runs. He wants to walk away with this first victory.
Good bowling, right to the target, and
ball coming back into the batter. Managed to get it out towards the mid-wicket region. Gets a single. And the field changes over for the left-hander. It's always a problem. It causes a problem for the left-hander combination, left-hander, right-hander combination when the fielding team is there.
It's a best scenario for batting side, right and left combination. And umpires needs to change to on the leg side, and fielding needs to be changed on the other sides and everything. So it's a good combination to have, especially in a batting side, left and right.
All sorts of directions coming in when the left and the right hander combination is in the middle.
Because batsman, not only batsman, bowler has to change his line and length too for the left-hander. That's a good adjustment from the bowler from Nawaz Khan. Yeah.
Are you any relation? Are you related to Khan?
You know, it's Khan is like back home is like what do you call that? John here. Everybody's John here, right?
Johnny,
John here.
Tom.
Khan is like the same thing, Khan.
Okay.
But I am from the hometown of Rawalpindi Express, Shoaib Akhtar.
That's a big town.
Yeah, it's
Produced quite a number of international cricketers too.
true. Yeah, but majority of them is like came out of that region area. But Shoaib Akhtar was also there. When I was a kid, I used to watch him, and he used to run almost from the boundary to the ball, to the wicket, to run to his our ground was a little small.
As a kid coming up, how often would you travel to Karachi though?
Karachi, like we go like once a year or something. Very good improvisation by the batsman for 4 runs.
Down towards fine leg. That's a good looking shot.
Good looking shot, good improvisation.
So 19 runs to win. 116 it is for the Brampton Pacers. And they're pretty much into the driver's seat. 17 overs completed. And you have some 3 overs gone. Some 17 overs left. 3 overs remaining.
And they kept their required run rate in a pretty decent amount, because right now the required is 6.3 and they are at the 6.8. Is very decent, you know. They are doing their best to get to the other side of the line, which is called victory line.
So Nawaz has bowled some in his score. He has leaked some 25 runs without getting a wicket. He's bowled some 4 overs. So not a good spell from Khan.
Yeah, pretty expensive. 4 overs, 25 runs is almost how many runs per over?
That's 6.1 runs per over.
Yeah. So I give normally pat on the back for the bowlers who keep their scores under 5. That's best economical bowler. And you know, in T20, like we call it sweet and low.
Sweet and low.
Sweet and low. The sweet and low bowling, the one is doing by the Francis right now. He's doing the bowling this kind of. Look at this ball. His ball is stay low, and it's gone for.
But his ball has to stay into the park because that one has been hit out of the ground. Have to make them stay in the park, not out of the park. That's a huge shot.
When you know something and you say, I know everything, then you say no.
And that's a commentator's curse.
That's what is going on. So whenever you wish for a penny for your thought, that's what happened.
So 122 for 4. 6 runs have gone out of this overs thus far. Now he changes it now. Going around the wicket.
Changes coming around the wicket. And one more time he hit away.
Well, someone is getting on with the catch. He does.
Good catch.
So Zaidi finally perished out in the deep. 27 from some 31 deliveries. So 122 for 4. The Brampton Pacers.
Brampton Pacers at this time really don't need those big shots. It's a game of singles and doubles. You can take your team to a victory. You don't need that what you call it, unorthodox and foolish shots in the middle of you are in the middle of somewhere and you wanna T20 now cricketers are more into that finishers. We need to be finishers instead of just starters. Somebody go there in the middle and they finish the game, take it to the end. That's what is make difference.
So that's what the Brampton Pacers would like to have happen. The Afghan Zwanan club has different ideas because it's 122 for 5. Yes, no, yes, no. And in the final analysis, had to scamper back into his crease. So the umpire now is giving Francis a little warning.
They really don't need cheeky singles at this time. One more wicket they can lose the match, and they can cost a match to them. One more wicket at this point.
Well, you have 13 runs to go.
But one more wicket can make a huge difference. But this shot will make also a difference with 4 runs.
It's a big difference.
Big difference. So now the target is shrinking.
Some 9 runs to go. So if
they're
my
getting back
calculation
into
is right,
single digits, getting back into single digits.
so Jadeep Ranhawa.
I used to be a big fan of numbers.
You're the numbers game man, huh?
Numbers. I used to be a big fan of numbers. Sometime my team gave me 13 numbers. I said, no, I'm not wearing that shirt. It's bad luck for me. Anything like you numbers comes in and colors make a difference to you in your life too.
Really?
Yeah.
First time I'm hearing that.
When you wake up in the morning, first thing you do is you go to your closet, right? What you doing in your closet? You are searching the color that you're gonna wear today. You're setting up the tone for the day.
So the Brampton Pacers 128 for 5, and they're setting up sharp now for victory here at MAQ. Certainly it has been in the last 18 overs, so some 2 overs left, and the groundwork has been set now for the Brampton Pacers.
Brampton Pacers need right now
7 runs.
lucky 7 run. It's called lucky 7 on 12 balls.
So let me get this right. 13 is unlucky 13 and 7 is lucky 7.
Right.
Nice delivery from Beaton. So wide delivery.
Wide
Just
delivery.
saying, just giving him some props, and the umpire signal and call wide. So Beaton continue with his problem of bowling wide deliveries down the leg side. With some 6 more runs for
Beaton is
victory.
a natural in-swinging bowler. He needs to change his line and length more towards the 4th or 5th wicket. So he'll be more dangerous bowler. Again wide.
You think that he is depending more on pace as opposed to length and line?
Yeah, he's trying to put more pace. That's the problem with our youngsters right now. Any viewers we are watching all over the world right now. Pace is good thing to have. The best thing to have is your line and length, wicket to wicket bowling, and use your mind, use your brain the God has given you, open it up and use it in the field of cricket.
So you're saying once you would have had the length and line all set up, you can go back now and try to bowl with a lot of pace.
Lot of pace. You see, I like this team, Australian team. Look at the Australian team. They fight till the end. I have seen the matches like literally to the one run and blood boiling for situation. That's kind of cricket, competitive cricket.
So what about the West Indies? They don't fight till the very end? Is that what you're telling me, Amir?
You know, like what we are going through in all countries, West Indies, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, we don't have in our team, we don't have, you need a mentor for your brain toughness. We don't have thing. Australian team have the full team. It's a mental game. Cricket is all about mental game.
So finally Beaton gets his man, but perhaps just a little bit too late.
It's never too late. It's a game of cricket. It's a thrilling game till the end.
So you like the excitement. So the excitement that comes with the game. So Beaton picked up his second wicket.
Beaton just adjusted his line and length. Now he took a wicket. If he kept the same line and length, he's gonna get more wickets.
You should be Beaton's coach. You've been saying that all day long. Line and length, and then you'd have to come back with the pace. Once you would have had the line and length theory down. So
Down. Yeah, you can get the pace later on. At this point, 9 balls and your 4 runs. It can turn around also. It can be a other way around, but you have still have the control. You have the pace, you have the natural in-swing. Utilize it as for your best, best situation for your team right now.
So if you were to bet there, Khan, who would you bet on, the Brampton Pacers or the Afghan Zwanan?
I mean, Afghans at this point, if they lose a wicket, one more wicket, it can be in a trouble at this point. But at this point, what we have seen is looks like a pretty much single, straightforward single and double game.
So more balls and what runs? 9 balls, legal delivery that is, and 4 runs for victory for the Brampton Pacers, beaten from the northern end. And he floated. The man wearing the number 16 jersey floated down at
Very good fielding. He saved 2 runs there. Excellent fielding.
It's amazing how he dropped that catch, because down towards fine leg he was under the ball for an eternity, it seems, and in the end dropped it. And I know Beaton cannot be a very good camper or a very happy camper there.
No, Beaton needs to ball on a 5th or 6th stump. Not the leg stump. 5th or 6th stump, offside.
So this very well might be the game.
Yes.
So the Brampton Pacers cruise to victory. It's 136 for 6. And
it was quite a low target.
1.1 over left.
135 was a quite low target. Like we was talking about at the start of the game of the Afghans, and they was doing a good bowling, but they was keep giving away wides. Need to control wides.
So the next game, game number 2 will be the Atlanta Palmers versus the 22-yard Sultans, and the Atlanta team filled with a lot of stars. To mention a few: Chris Gale, Fabian Allen Young, Stephen Taylor, Corey Anderson,